Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. We are continuing our Delta Green operation, Panacea. So I'll hand it straight over to our handler, Neil.
Okay, so you are in the dining room of Mr. Charles Ogle, late state prosecutor of Massachusetts. The corpulent body of Mr. Ogle is slumped in the corner of his dining room, having been stabbed variously and shot, and finally dispatched with a headshot by Agent Tom. The guests at his notional celebration to celebrate his recovery from diabetes have all fled, either as a result of the gunshots or of the fire that you started, the little fire that you started in the bathroom. Ogle, as I say, is slumped in the corner. Agent Tarrant is standing over him, repeatedly knifing the bloated stomach. What are the rest of you going to do at this point?
I am looking for accelerants and ways to exacerbate this fire rapidly, because now that we have a dead monster in the house, I think we need to make sure that this entire house burns to the ground, so we leave as little to no evidence as possible.
Okay.
That's just the business side of Agent Tom kicking in.
Okay.
Deal with the trauma later.
The most likeliest place for things like sort of accelerants and combustants is likely to be something like a garage where he keeps, I don't know, barbecue fuel or something.
This is a big. It's a big house, right?
Yeah, it's not a mansion, but it's substantial.
Well, yeah, I was thinking either the garage or that could help too. But also, I was thinking either the garage or the kitchen. Sometimes you can find some chemicals under the kitchen.
You just light up those curtains, and we'll be on our way. They'll take care of it. Seriously.
Well, you grab the curtains. I'll grab the kitchen chemicals.
Well, I had dragged the young lady out of the room. I'm going to check her over to see if I can see anything.
She is unconscious, breathing sort of steadily. She seems completely unconscious.
Is there like any kind of protocol to call in like some kind of like special cleanup team to get like monsters like these and take them away somewhere for examination, or we're here on our own?
Light a fire.
Just asking because I haven't really ever played Delta Green, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, as far as you know, no, you are entirely on your own, and if you get caught, it's on you. You do the bit.
Right. Got it. Okay. So then we want to clean up, obviously. So, she was in close contact with that thing, though. So.
Yeah, but did she see any of the monstrous portions of him?
I think he's worried about her being infected.
Infected of some kind. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, good idea. Maybe give her a double tap in the back of the head and toss her in the fire.
Troy.
or bring her in and see if maybe we can incubate it.
Sorry.
I call for Troy. Troy, come here.
I was murder hoboing again.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. You can't archive everything, dude.
I call for Troy again. Troy!
Yes.
Come check this chick out.
Very well.
See
Let me do my roll.
You can give me.
I got a 5, so I suspect my medical is a 5. He has an incredibly high medicals.
Yeah, John. I think whatever bandwidth issues are happening on your end.
Extremely good success.
Okay. Yep. Looks like classic case of shock.
Okay. Sorry. I got a 5.
Yep. Success.
You there? Let me reboot.
Yep.
Yeah, John's connection's messing up. But he got a 5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't know what he was rolling.
In the meantime, Agent Tarrant, you're sort of stab, kill this thing, kill it. Is it quite dead?
Yeah, I'm just, as I said, going sewing machine on this creature I'm like drenched in gore. I would say
Yeah.
I rolled a 5 on his medical roll, so that's an extreme success.
Okay. Yes, it looks like shock to you. Classic example of shock.
Okay, so no obvious immediate bruising to show some sort of bite or anything like that.
No, not on the obvious sort of parts of her exposed skin. No.
Okay, and what is her current status? Is she conscious, unconscious?
She's unconscious, breathing, actually breathing quite regularly.
Okay, I will transport her to our vehicle and secure her hands so that she can't get away.
Okay. What are you going to secure her with? Do you carry some ties?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
Use her under. Yeah, we'll have zip ties or her underwear. It doesn't matter. We'll find something.
Sure. Okay.
Jesus Christ!
Right. Let's go right to the panty binding.
Troy is going to. Are you going to try and do that on your own, or are you going to enlist Tori's help in this?
I will help.
Okay, so the two of you carry her out to your van or car, which is parked a little way around the block, not a huge distance.
As we do that, I'm gonna message Agent Tom. Find out what happened to the girl's father.
Okay.
I won't see that message right now because I'm busy splashing chemicals around the what is it? The living room or like what was it?
It was in the dining room.
Yeah.
Dining room. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, I'm splashing chemicals around and grabbing torn down curtains over, especially around the body of the guy we killed. And if Tarrant is still there, like stabbing this guy, I'll say, you might want to move, Tarrant. I'm about to light this guy on fire.
Can I come round at all, or am I still?
What actually brings you round is the fact that you're sort of dimly aware of this sort of 5.5 inches of steel sliding into this guy's gut, and the next stab, what brings you round with a shock, is the fact that you realise that your arm is warm almost up to the elbow.
Yeah, I kind of stagger back.
Yeah, I can grab him by the shoulder and pull him back. You all right?
The knife and your entire arm up to the elbow has just disappeared into his stomach.
Yeah.
Gross.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of pulling
You
back
didn't have
out.
any open cuts on that arm, did you?
I presume not. Yeah, so I'm staggered. Well, when Ian asks, I kind of nod.
I put my hand on my gun and say, hangnail.
I'm all right.
And then I wink at him. All right, come on, help me with this. Grab these curtains. We got to make sure this body at least burns and get the fuck out of here before the cops get here.
Ogle's body moves. His head shifts as it's jammed into the corner of the room. It sort of shifts, nods almost.
Wait, on its own or just as a result of us moving it?
Before you had laid hands on it.
Fuck, I draw my gun and shoot him in the head like 3 more times.
Okay. You can't miss. Boom, boom, boom. And the bullets, I mean, you may or may not have done this. Well, we know you've done it at least once before, but presumably other times you may or may not have done it. Yes, you shoot him in the head. It does not react as you would normally expect. In fact, the first bullet almost caves the head in altogether. There's just a mass of brain tissue, skull, and the remnants of his hair.
Ew.
Gross.
I'm really glad that I'm, what's the term for it?
Adapted to violence.
Adapted to violence. Thank you. Yes. Right. Quick. We got to burn this thing fast. Everybody, you two standing over the body have been avoiding it, but now you hear it, the sound of that chitinous black hoof sliding with a rattle across the floorboard. It looks like the whole body is moving. Throw the curtains over him, quick! I'll grab one end.
Yeah, I'll give him a hand and chuck as much whatever, flammable material as we can.
Yeah,
over
just try to light that thing on fire right away.
Yeah. I mean, these are kind of big, sort of long, high Victorian windows with sort of full-length curtains. So just one curtain will be enough to cover most of him. And you just rip a pair down and throw them over him, scatter on some, barbecue lighting fluid or whatever it is you found. So all that now is required is the match.
Luckily, my character smokes, and I whip out my Zippo lighter.
Okay.
Don't drop that.
And I flick it to life and just chuck it on the,
Or do.
on the, yeah.
Okay. Yep. It immediately catches, and the lighter fluid goes up in a sort of blue fire. That sort of strangely cold fire that accelerants have at first. You don't kind of feel the heat of it on your skin as it starts to sort of crinkle up the edges of the velvet curtains and turn them from red to yellow as they start to burn.
Okay.
Is it still moving?
Yeah, well, you can't, as the flame spreads, it becomes difficult to say, but it looks like the whole thing is kind of settling. It looks like it's almost collapsing. The curtains that you've thrown on top of it are quite heavy, and they seem to be sinking down.
I look at Tarrant and I say, get to the car, get the hell out of here. I'll catch up with you guys. I got to make sure this thing stays down.
Yeah.
The cops will be here soon. There's no sense in us both going.
Well, I'm in it for the long haul. I'll stay with you.
All right. I pick up my phone. I see that there's a message that I from Agent Tori. I don't read it though. I just click and call him.
Tori here.
Just get the hell out of here. We're going to catch up with you. We got to make sure this thing stays down. It's moving.
All right. Watch out. The girl's father. We don't know where he went. He was in the house too. We're out.
Okay. And I hang up and I look at Tarrant and say, the girl's father, do you know who that was?
No.
Tori said to watch out for him, that he might still be around here somewhere. But fuck, I don't even know who that girl was, do I? I don't think. I mean, obviously I know she was part of the help, but
She was the caterer's daughter.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you now. Yeah, the caterer store. Right. Well, yeah.
Was he the boss? Okay. Right. Okay. I forgot that. I don't know if Tom even knew that in the first place or not, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to draw my gun and make
Hector.
I guess we're still in this kind of bathroom after all. So, I mean,
well, we're in the dining room now, where the body is moving, right?
Sorry.
The girl's father's name was Hector, I believe. That's what I got on my notes.
Yeah,
All right,
he's
cool.
the guy, as Merrick said, the caterer guy. So,
Is there any reason why he should be some kind of a problem, or is it more of a worry just that he's an innocent civilian caught up in all this?
Pretty much that.
Okay.
That he's still
I just trying to
there.
remember if there's anything that my character should suspect him of being involved or something.
No.
Okay, cool.
No, he would still be there, and then he would have left without his daughter. So.
Right.
Okay, so we'll cut back to Troy and Tori in the car. So you secure her in the back of the car. Anything else you're doing before you get the instruction to leave?
I was just waiting with the car running.
I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cover her eyes and do a light gag. Not enough to choke her out, but just we don't want her screaming and freaking out.
Sounds good.
If she wakes up.
Yep, that's fine. You can do that. No problem. Okay, so back to Tom and Tarrant in the dining room. So the flames are starting to take hold, and there's this sort of strange sense of it's like watching a balloon slowly deflate. These curtains just gradually sink and they're starting to smoke a little bit now, so your eyes are stinging a little bit. But then you notice on the floor, just oozing and sliming its way out from underneath the curtain. A viscous, sort of like liquid fat, like rendered fat, is bubbling out and running across the polished floorboards.
When you say running, I mean, what, like running?
Is there a
It's liquid.
is there a smell?
Actually, peculiarly, no. Other than the burning material, which sort of smells a little bit like burning hair.
Is there any? I go, Christ. Is there? Is there any of the burning material not, like, edges of it not fully burned yet?
No, in fact, that's the thing that makes you sort of think that this is not right, is because although in a cremation this is something that you would expect to see, there's no way that this body could be so engulfed in flames yet that this would result. This is not natural.
Well, yeah.
And if you're asking, could you grab hold of part of the curtain and pull it away or pull it over? Yes, you can.
Well, I'm going to try and run over and throw a blanket over the running, or sorry, the liquid, if I can keep up with it.
Yeah, it's flow. Its flow is not unnatural, if you see what I mean. It's just sort of oozing and sliding away like any other viscous fluid. But yes, there are two windows here, and you've only ripped down one set of curtains. So yes, you can certainly rip down the other and cover that.
Yeah, I'll try and drop it.
Okay.
I'll try.
Maybe we need something with a little more boom. I've got a decent score in demolitions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of what would be the quickest thing that I could deliver center mass to this thing and explode.
What about some kind of cooking fat from the kitchen? That's not too far, is
That'll
it?
burn, but it won't explode.
Yeah, I mean the only thing. I tell you what. Where did you go?
I was thinking more along the lines of like a motorbike or even a vehicle. Drive a vehicle through the fucking front door. I don't know.
Give me a sort of retroactive search.
Sure. Search. Ooh, okay. 19. That's a success.
You remember seeing through the window, out on the patio on the back garden, a gas-powered barbecue.
Perfect. Yes, pressurized. What is it? Usually kerosene, isn't it? So
propane blank or something.
Yeah, propane or kerosene. Yeah. Great. I'll go for that. Go for the tank.
Okay. Yep. You go outside. Yep.
I will not use any type of grace to detach it because I don't really care if it starts to leak. That actually probably is better.
Okay.
Tear it off of the grill or whatever I have to do to get it off.
Yep.
And bring it in.
Okay.
And then start finding a way to explode it. And look at Terrence and say, actually, probably, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is just movie science. Would shooting it explode it?
Yeah, why not?
It certainly would in an action film. I don't know.
Yeah,
it actually wouldn't for real.
And also, since you've got an existing naked flame, so
yeah, and all we need is a spark, really,
Yeah,
right?
so
So
there you
maybe
go.
shooting the metal might cause a spark to.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Actually.
So yeah, so I try to jam it into the middle of this moving mass.
Yep.
And say to Terrence, "Come on, move and get back as far away as it can, and still get an easy enough shot on it."
You can get a good sort of 3 or 4 meters into the hallway and still have an angle through into the corner of the room to take the shot. Yes.
Cool.
As you are withdrawing from there, and as Troy and Tori, you are finishing gagging and blindfolding Miss Esposito, you hear the first sirens.
We'll lean her down and put a blanket over her.
Mm-hmm.
But she can't breathe.
breathe.
I think Agent Troy said quite explicitly he made sure that she wasn't tightly gagged so she could breathe. So
right, no, yeah, it was just enough to keep her from yelling.
So yes, the first sort of dim sirens in the distance.
I sent another message saying, emergency service incoming, and then get the hell out.
Okay. So Troy,
drive carefully and normally. Da-da-da.
Yep, no problem. Okay. And in fact, by the time if you remember, this is a kind of cul-de-sac which runs down to the Charles River. So you have to drive down to the end of the street and sort of turn around at a turning point at the end. And by the time you're coming back up to the sort of the main highway, which this road joins onto, you can actually see the sirens heading down this main road. You can see at least one fire engine and one cop car.
All right, well, turn in the opposite direction of our hotel and take a loop around.
Okay, right. Tom, Tarrant, you take the shot. It's an easy shot. You're not going to miss this. And almost immediately, there's just a sort of a very, very loud boom, followed a few seconds later by the sound, split second later, by the sound of, oh, who'd we lose? John, again.
Is it gone?
Just lagged out.
He says he has to reboot again in the chat. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Followed a split second later by the sound of shrapnel from this canister whizzing past you, and you can hear it thumping and embedding into the wall, into the woodwork of the dining room, which is now vigorously ablaze. And now at this point, you too can hear the sirens.
Time to run, methinks.
Right behind you.
Is there any vehicle that have been abandoned or anything, like from any of the citizens or anything, or any of the party goers?
Abandoned? No.
Even if not, there should be some vehicles parked that weren't necessarily people at the party, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. This is a leafy neighborhood. You know, every sort of 20 or 30 meters, there's a spare car in the driveway, if not more than one.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, can we nick his car? Can we? Is it possible to hotwire hit one of his vehicles? And
he did have a car. Tom would have noticed this going into the garage, but it was covered with a kind of one of those vehicle tarpaulins, as if it hadn't been used for a while.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. We can always just like leg it and then,
Yeah,
later.
If you come out of the house and turn right, you'll go down to the Charles River, which is essentially it's a dead end, and then there's kind of like a footpath following this part of the river for joggers and dog walkers and things like that. That's probably your most efficient way out on foot without having to run the risk of going past the oncoming emergency vehicles.
Yeah, cool. So yeah.
Okay, so the two of you, as unsuspiciously as you can, particularly as you, Tarrant, are covered in blood, disappear. And
Incorrect. I actually don't follow him. I tell him I'll be right behind him, and I let him go, and I want to look back to see if there's any more movement in that area in the dining room.
It's very difficult to see because the whole place is kind of ablaze now, and with that comes quite a bit of smoke. Hard to
tear off my jacket and tie a sleeve around my face and kind of walk in.
Okay. You can't actually get that close to the body now. The whole
it's too hot, is it?
Vigorously ablaze, yeah.
Okay. I'll just get as close as I can and just try to basically I'm just trying to reassure myself that it's not moving anymore before I move out. And if I can't see or hear anything, then I'm not gonna let myself die in the fire.
Mm-hmm. No, but what you do notice is kind of peering through the flames is you notice that the curtains have substantially burnt away or been blown away by the force of the explosion, and it's troubling. I mean, you don't know whether it's an effect of the explosion that's done this or what, but it looks like there's not a full human cadaver there. You can see what may be the charred remains of a skull and his right leg, but the rest of him seems to be missing. No rib cage.
You know what? I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm really not. Okay, time to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
I will go out, and if I see Tarrant boosting a car, yeah.
Yep. If,
Are you
possible.
good at boosting cars?
Well,
I'm trying to remember what skill was involved in that. I think we've done it before, obviously.
I would assume lockpick to get into it, which you have special training in, of course.
yeah.
And I would assume probably electrical engineering.
Yes, that makes sense. Although I don't see a lockpick or an electrical engineering skill in Delta Green.
I've got lockpick for sure, but that's specialist.
I see drive. I see.
It'll come under engineering. Will come under. I think is it science? It falls under.
Possibly, yeah. Okay.
I'm pretty sure
I have alertness, athletics, demolitions, firearms, heavy weapons. Yeah, no, I don't have any skill. I don't think for it.
I do have military science land-based. Would that be?
Yeah, I have that too, but.
Talking about,
go ahead, John.
are you talking about how to hotwire a car?
Yeah. I mean, getting in is no problem. Just break out the fucking window if you have to. But
I would assume somewhere between drive and heavy machinery is what I was looking at.
Yeah. I'll give. So if you've got heavy machinery, I'll give that to you as whatever you've got. If you've got drive, it's drive, but at minus 20%. An aspect.
Well, I have.
Thank God it's dark then, because I'm fleeing on foot.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a 1% chance.
Yeah, no. If I haven't got the ability to, hotwire a car, I'm just going to lag it.
Yeah.
No point.
Well, as a note to self, that's pretty much a major failing for the system here. We need to address that afterwards.
Yeah. I think
that's a pretty common skill to look for.
Didn't we steal that van though?
I'm gonna get what I'm gonna do for the purposes.
This isn't a fault on the GM. Is this a Delta Green thing?
No.
I don't remember how we did it.
Yeah, we definitely did it before. I just don't remember.
I will subsume it under locksmithing for now. Go ahead.
Well, if that's the case, then I can at least make a try. Here we go. We're trying not to roll as crap as last week. 24.
Okay. Yep. No problem.
Cool. So start the car up, back in Tom over, and try and get out of here pretty sharpish, but then slow down once we're away because I don't want to attract any unwanted attention.
Okay. So as you're pulling away, the emergency vehicles swing round from the main road at the top of this street and start barreling down it. As I say, a police car and a fire engine. They whip straight past you to go to Ogle's property. They don't even pause.
Cool. So we try and I guess rendezvous with the other humanoids.
Okay. So give me your default liaison position is back at the motel, isn't it?
Well, we would have stayed in the immediate area to pick them up or hear from them. I mean, we wouldn't ditch them.
Sure.
Right. So
to be honest, I'd rather have my two agents than this chick. So
right.
Okay. Well, you have mobile phones.
We do.
Exactly. So I'm texting.
Well.
So, okay, you're texting what exactly?
Where's your location? Do you need a rendezvous? You're already driving to our rendezvous. What are you doing?
Terrence driving. Rendezvous. Where are we rendezvousing? Back at our
hotel
base of operations. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Rendezvous back at the base then.
Okay. So
all right, head that way.
Yep. So the two vehicles eventually park in a sort of round the back of one of the chalets, so that neither of the cars are visible from the road. What are you doing with Miss Esposito?
Is she conscious yet?
Nope.
No? Oh, she might be dead. We're going to check her out.
Okay. She's sort of her eyelids are kind of fluttering a little bit. She's surfacing.
Could sorry, I'm not there. But
All right. Well, I will treat for shock and take it from there. If she's exhibiting anything other than shock, then we're going to have to deal with her.
Okay.
I think we definitely want to keep her blindfolded. I mean, we don't know where she's at, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it wasn't there. So yeah.
do we take her up to the room or?
Well, I'm going to do the initial treat for shock in the vehicle. We might need to ditch her somewhere.
All right. Well, I'll stick around here. I'll keep watch.
Fair enough. Does it look like a typical shock, or are we looking at something more?
It looks like deep and profound, but not off the scale shock. Yeah.
Okay. In context to the game, I did not see any kind of tendrils, and we have not discussed it. But he was a monster, and he did have contact with her, so I'm going to assume some sort of fluid exchange.
Sure.
Ugh. Gross.
So we are on our own to make our own decisions. So I would say it'd be difficult for us to keep her alive. Do we want a body bagger? So that's what we're to. Do we want a body bagger and for storage for later scientific inquiry? Do we want to throw her in a ditch, drop her off at a hospital? What do you want to do?
That's a tough call. That's a tough call.
Do any of us have any medical knowledge?
I
Is
do.
anybody here?
Troy does.
Here, doctor.
Yeah. Paramedic, but yeah.
Yeah. Could you check to see if she's showing any signs of any kind of infection?
What?
That body back there in the dining room, there wasn't much of it left, but a skull and like a rib cage. Everything else was not human.
Okay. He's gonna draw a little bit of blood, put it in a dish, heat up a wire, and stick a wire in it because he saw that before.
That's funny.
I don't have anything else. I mean, I can't do any
Hey.
actual testing. Let me
That's
see
a
if the blood looks live. Did the blood come out a normal color?
Yes.
Hot wire on the blood. Does it scream at me?
No.
Okay, well, I would say absolutely. As far as I can tell, she's normal.
Okay. I guess the next question is she too much of a liability?
Here's the thing, though.
I dropped my gun and put in a clean clip.
Well, here's the thing. She hasn't seen any of us. She's been unconscious since before you guys even came into the room. She never saw my face. I doubt she remember any of you guys other than, some people that were hired for this thing that disappeared. And
What time of day is it?
all that kind of shit went down.
What type of time of day is it?
It is now getting on for midnight by the time you get back to the hotel.
How far is the hospital from here?
It's Boston. It's a major urban center. There's going to be some kind of ER treatment room, cottage hospital within a couple of 3 miles.
Can we pour a bottle of bourbon in her and then drop her off, like, in the front yard of some other house on that street to be found later?
No, I'd rather do it at a hospital because that way if she's got some sort of infection, they'll find it right away. We don't want to cause somebody else to get infected by some weird, creepy thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
True.
So let's at least 2 of us go, and then one of us can say, "Hey, help my buddy out. He's shitting himself." And then while we're doing that, we'll push her off out of the car at the ER and drive away. That's the plan. Unless you have a better plan.
I really don't.
Let's take somebody other than Killy.
I need a fucking shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
So do you, Taryn.
Yeah.
Well, all 3 of you do. You're all covered in blood.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I think Tori can handle a single waitress.
Yeah. I'll take care of her.
Okay,
Okay.
so we're gonna head to the hospital.
Yep.
When we pull into
We-
the ER,
I.
him.
Well, you're covered in blood too.
No, I'm saying the three of us all need
Oh,
to clean
okay.
up.
Well,
He's
all right,
going
Tori.
to take her.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I'll get
enjoy.
her out. I'll get her there.
Okay.
But
All right.
but please finish your thoughts. What were you saying about after he takes her to the hospital?
Can you give her something to make sure she stays out a little longer without like
Sure.
giving it away?
He punches her. Boom.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to do.
Oh, I'm a little taken aback. I'm like, okay.
All right.
You're taking
So-
her to the hospital after all, so
I
you're
take the
good.
car that they boosted,
Yep.
drop her in the back seat, and drive to the emergency room. When I get there, I'm going to just kind of like, give the car a wipe down for fingerprints and such. And then, still holding the rags in my hand, like, drive into there and like stop the car like just off the entrance and say, "Somebody help! Help! I found this girl. She needs help." And then when the staff come running out, turn around and just walk away nonchalantly when they're all distracted.
So yeah, a couple of candy stripers and an off-duty paramedic who were lounging around outside immediately run over, you said you removed all of her bindings and gags and this, that, and the other.
Yes. hmm
Okay. There's a sort of scurry of activity. One of them runs back to get a gurney, and you're able to just sort of walk away and sort of, those kind of very bright white sort of halogen lights that they have outside ER rooms at night.
Right. I had my ball cap on though, so it would shade my face.
Yep. No, it's very easy for you to just step outside that sphere of light and you become almost invisible.
Right. I don't want to. Yeah. I want to
So,
leave any pictures if I can help it. And walk away.
Terrence, Tom, I understand there's a water ban in this area, so we could we'd all shower together and check each other for infection.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty worried that I'm probably, that I might be infected with something, so I have no problem with submitting to some kind of.
Yeah, whatever. We're all military guys, I'm sure.
All right, so we'll wash off.
Are we? Are we? I think we are.
Yeah, and check for wounds and other than viable entry points of such, and make sure nobody's infected if we can.
Yeah, just stay away from my entry points.
Exit only. Exit only.
I think the only person who was actually struck by Ogle was you, wasn't it, Troy?
Yeah, he took a couple points.
I'm just checking right now. Yeah, I haven't lost any hit points.
And that was blunt force trauma. No, there's none of you have, as far as I know, any piercing injuries.
I haven't even lost that much sanity thanks to my fucking grim, cold approach to life.
So yes, no, none of you have suffered any puncture wounds.
So while we're doing this, and Tori is off driving, dropping off Mamacita at the hospital, I'll just kind of conversationally in the shower say, well, our mission was to evaluate whether or not what ZyMedBio was doing is dangerous enough to justify intervention. I think we have an answer to that.
We certainly do.
I think it requires intervention of the most strictest kind.
Of a guerrilla warfare. Bombing.
Yeah, eradication, perhaps. Yeah. Total destruction without prejudice of their operation, at least. Quite possibly all of their senior individuals as well. Now, of course, that's not my call to make. That's just how I would do it.
Well, cleansing.
Well, Delta Green agents are given full authority to do what they see fit, given the circumstances.
We are. The question is, okay, I guess the next question then is, were we just supposed to find out and bring those answers back to control? or were we supposed to find those answers out and then execute that plan on our own? Because identify the threat, right?
Identify the threat, contain the threat, no loose ends.
Contain the threat.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to fucking visit their headquarters and take it all out, right? Not their headquarters, but you know what I mean, like their labs.
Yeah. You don't happen to have a mini nuke on you, do you?
No. I'm pretty sure I left that with the army.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some kind of large, wide scale.
Well, I think what we'll need to do is, again, we're going to need a little bit of infiltration because we need to find out what other facilities they may have besides what we're already aware of.
Hack into.
There's no point in taking out the facilities that we're aware of only to find out that they've got 3 more in fucking Indonesia or something.
We need to hack into their computers, or maybe that's a woman's home computer. I've forgotten her name, but
I can't remember her name off the top of my head either. But Agent Tori would know for sure.
Yeah,
he was the names guy last time. I remember.
Yep, I got all the names.
Right.
Speaking of which, Agent Tori, have you've still got your track and trace on all police communications about things going on in the Greater Boston area, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
I'd say it's a little
Especially
busy
after
right
that
now.
kind of noise that's going on and the fake threat I called in. You're absolutely right. I got that going.
Okay. So yeah, you pick up a lot of chatter about a fire and reports of gunfire at Ogle's address. Attending officers and fire marshals on scene. And there's a lot of kind of confused chatter about it. Underneath all this is a relatively minor thing, but you pick it out because of the names you've attached to these various alerts, which is that they've identified the body of Dr. James Connerty as being found in the back of a burned out van earlier today.
Oh, so they identified the body. We should have smashed the teeth out.
Sounds like industrial espionage to me.
Okay, so they know that Connerty's dead. All right.
Okay, so you assemble back at the hotel, scrubbed and clean.
When I get back, I let them know that the police have figured out Connerty was the guy in the van.
Well, we still have the bug at Connerty's house, so when they go to inspect or they go to cover up details, we'll be able to hear it.
Yep.
And if we need to, I can always send a kill signal to shut that down.
And kill everyone?
No, just kill the bug. That would be nice, right?
Oh.
Just put a little bug on someone, send them into the lab, and hit that button and watch the thing collapse in on itself. Someday.
Okay, so by the time you're all assembled, it's about 1:30 in the morning.
All right, so the girl is at the hospital.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna call the hospital and portray myself as a reporter. Yeah, this is John Maysmith, and I'm calling about an assault. A young lady was assaulted.
Are you a relative, sir?
Yes, I am.
I see. And we've had several people in. Do you have a name?
She was taken off the street. The last thing I heard was that they found her wounded on the street. I was coming to help her, and they said some guy just took her.
I whispered the name Maria Espinosa.
If she had any ID on her, she would have been. It would have been Maria Espinosa.
I see. Yes. Yes, she was admitted at shortly after midnight.
Okay, very good. I'm on my way then. Thank you.
All right.
Well, good.
Ow. I just hurt myself.
Don't do that.
I try not to. Oh, I thought I was muted. It's funny. I turned the mute off and then I hurt myself only to interrupt the game. Gomen no sai.
All right. 1:30 in the morning. What are you doing?
I'm gonna get some sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm probably sleeping too.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna order a
'cause-
pizza and then sleep.
I'm gonna take one last look through my recordings and whatnot, and see if there's any. Check the tracers we put on Beatrice's vehicle.
Don't have to sleep long. I'm happy enough to get up before dawn, but I need to sleep a little bit because there's no point in, especially after the shit we went through already. There's no point in trying to operate on no sleep.
Hey, you can always get sleep when you can.
Yeah, I think I was pretty low on sleep anyway the day before. So
In fact, anybody who suffered sand loss, which I think is everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you need to make another sand check.
okay.
Oh,
Oh,
If you fail it, you get no sleep.
I passed.
all right. So we got to roll percentile under it, right?
Yep.
I got
Equal to or under?
I fail, I'm afraid.
59, and my sanity is
I rolled a 25. I'm good.
Okay.
68. I just made it.
I fail.
I slept like a baby.
Okay. So who failed with Tarrant? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Roll 1d4. Lose that many willpower points.
What?
Let's see.
Ouch.
What the hell is that? That is a 2.
Okay. Clear some off.
Wah.
Right, did you say willpower points? Oh yeah, I see. Christ. Okay.
Now you see the elegant thing about that is that the more exhausted and the more sleep deprived you are, the harder it becomes to project onto bonds and to avoid sanity loss because you lose your willpower points.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, that's clever.
Interesting. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm really liking the system more and more. Delta Green's pretty damn great.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to hotwire a car.
Very true.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's something in there. If we did a Google search, but we don't want no point doing it in the middle of the game.
So,
Neil did the right thing. Make a ruling. Carry on.
So, Agent Tarrant, you spend a restless few hours until dawn starts to creep in through the cheap and almost see-through curtains of your motel room.
Now,
Yeah.
now I would have some medical stuff though. If it was apparent to me that he wasn't going to be able to get some sleep.
While you're sleeping like a baby?
Exactly. I'm saying if it would have been something instant, relatively soon, then I would have helped him. But if not, then
No,
So-
it's simply the fact that it's an inability to just sort of
fair enough. Fair enough.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
not.
there was
like
no-
it has a-
There was no screaming or anything like that. Okay.
No.
All right. Very good.
Well, I mean, unless Agent Tarrant wishes to.
No, he's just kind of mumbling in his, like kind of, trying to, just mumbling away to himself.
Shake,
Fair enough.
shake that image of that white filament like proboscis vanishing back down his throat with a liquid slurp. Okay, so everybody else, yes, joins Tarrant in consciousness about sort of, I don't know, what, 5, 6 a.m. after 4 or 5 hours sleep?
Yes.
Sounds appropriate to me.
Yep. Waffle House it is.
All right. I'm gonna skim through my recordings again, see if there's any chatter in the doctor's house, and any other bugs that might still be active. Any bug that I'll check the recordings for the bugs that might be in the doctor's house, or not, sorry, the lawyer's house, and then then I'll send a kill signal to them so that they stop.
The major one in Ogle's house was, of course, in the dining room. So that's
True. Right. Okay. But if there's anyone else in there, I'm going to send a kill signal to them so they just stop transmitting and receiving or anything.
Yep.
And then check the one in the doctor. Oh Christ! I forgot his name. Connerty's house. See if there's any new from there.
No activity. Emails are starting to ping into his inbox a lot now, though. Are you okay? What's this? What's going on here? Etc. Etc.
Keep an eye on those.
None from any names you recognise as being from ZyMedBio.
Any replies being sent?
No.
Oh, that was a good question, but nope. Okay, that would be creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you okay? No, I'm fucking dead.
My
Thanks a
throat's
lot.
been, yeah,
when,
my throat's been sore and I've had a real bad rash.
So
when my stepfather dropped dead of a heart attack, my mother flew out sort of straight away. So like within 24 hours of hearing the news of him dropping dead of a heart attack, the only computer she had access to was his laptop. So she sent me an email about arriving in the States, and it pinged up as being from him.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Yes.
Anyway, right. So, Dawn.
That was morbid. So, yeah. Done.
Okay.
Waffle House and
Yep.
planning.
Okay.
So,
Plan away, gentlemen.
at this point in time, after thinking about it and sleeping on it, I think, does anybody disagree that it's comes upon us to eliminate all of ZyMedBio's operations forthwith and with great amounts of force?
I have to agree. I mean, after seeing the abomination that guy became, there is no doubt that they are up to no good and they need to be stopped.
I don't know that killing a bunch of receptionists is going to be worthwhile, though, because it seems like the very powerful people are the ones that were in on it.
Well, I didn't say anything about killing everybody who works there.
Oh, well.
I just said blowing up their operations. We can do it after hours, and we only take out a few security guards along the way.
Fair
Here's the
enough.
thing, though. What about all those people at the party who were partying a little harder than you would think normal scientists would? I mean, I can't imagine that you're going to have half a company of scientists show up and they're all going to go in the bathroom to snort whatever that shit they were snorting was.
Well, also, I mean, how many people work for ZyMedBio? You were doing the numbers.
Right.
So how many is it, Neil? Hundreds?
It's no. It seems to in Medford. It seems to be about 30 to 40.
In Medford. What about worldwide?
If you believe the slightly dodgy information about the parent lab in India, there's more than double that.
Okay, well, so still, I don't think we're going to run around and kill 70 people.
How about we get more intel? That head of the division or whatever, the doctor,
Dr. Beatrice?
Yeah, maybe we should tail her or somehow, or get access to her computers and see what she knows. I'd say she'd be the one to.
Well, I mean, we could probably check her home, but I don't think if there's going to be anything on those that'll. Well, it's possible. I mean, she could have something off the network, but
I'd say a lot of these
definitely be worth checking.
Take their work home.
That is true.
Especially someone like that,
Well, she's definitely got to go down.
Although we got to be very careful.
Her assistant, what was his name? Tom Picknett, I believe, is another person who has to go down. I'd say the entire board of directors, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone in the lab.
Esther, Dr. April, Picknett.
Any scientists?
Just to be sure.
Receptionist. I'll look over at Troy and say, receptionists are okay. Just about everybody else, though, I just draw my finger across my neck.
And then once it's done, we could set up a bit of surveillance and see what cockroaches, try to scurry away and follow up on them.
Yeah, we could always look into the India operation, the legitimacy or not of such afterwards.
Yeah.
I suppose we should just deal with the problem directly in front of us, which is this Medford operation.
Those two brothers.
We want to call this in to let them know that it extends beyond our immediate location so they can follow up on the other location, send others.
I think we can deal with that in debrief after we finish the operation here.
I'll start putting together an info drop.
The less amount of calls we make to control, probably the better. So I'd say we can save it all for the one big meeting after the operation's over.
Yeah, I'll start putting together an info drop.
I just hate for ones to get away from other locations while we're doing this is all.
Well,
I have to hazard that most of the personnel, this is just intuition, but most of the personnel in their India operation, I think, don't even exist.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
It did kind of smell of a cover, right?
Indeed.
What do
I'm
you
sure
call
there's a
those?
few
Like
there.
shadow corporations or whatever? Or what's the
Front.
term for it? Front? Yeah, front.
Quang.
Shell Corporation. Shell.
Shell corporations. That was close.
That's the word.
Look, guys, I'm a blunt instrument. Point me at something, and it dies. But, vocabulary is not my thing. I'm also pretty good at improvised explosives, though. So, how many facilities do we have here that we think we need to take out?
Well, at least one.
Well,
We
the
should
main
find out
lab,
if they-
right?
We gotta find out if they have any other facilities here. Is this Boston we're in?
Yep.
Yeah, Medford
Yeah.
is suburbs.
We gotta find out if they have any other subsidiaries or facilities here in Boston.
With
We're
our
also working on that.
with our connections, how easy, Neil, is it for us to get some kind of high explosive? You know, like something significant. Is it possible, or
Oh, you mean like acquiring like a fucking not necessarily a nuke, but like a fucking bunker buster or something like that?
well, I
It's
mean,
really difficult and really expensive.
but something that like MTEX or something, like decent explosive, not like
Well,
Why not fertilizer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've got the demolition skill. Might as well just try to do it with more mundane stuff if we can. I mean, it worked in Oklahoma, didn't it?
That's what I was thinking.
in answer to your question, you are free to ask for resources from your handler.
yeah, but
But yes,
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
but there's nothing again. Since you've got a demolitions expert with you, you could just drive down to the nearest garden center and buy a shit ton of fertilizer.
yeah, if you
Go to several different garden centers so that they can't link it.
Yeah.
if you guys think that that's strong enough, then yeah, we're sorted then. Really.
Yeah, we can do that. We can boost a what do they call those? Those trucks that have the box truck, like a box truck.
Panel
that
truck,
deliveries
right?
a panel truck, like a panel truck that deliveries are made in. Drive it into their freaking loading dock, clear out who we need to, and put down the rest, and then just blow that place into a smoking crater. Gather whatever intel we think we might need.
Sounds like a good plan.
I mean, deliveries are made all the time.
Right. Good.
Okay, so officially, the ruling is, and they do have a mechanic for building a fertilizer bomb in the rules.
Excellent.
Which is,
Like I said, man, was that Oklahoma? Was it 1994?
Yeah, it's a new thing. Very. So the required ingredients: diesel fuel and fertilizer. However, it requires both demolitions and science chemistry to build a successful bomb.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I don't have chemistry.
I don't have that either.
No,
I have a
Well-
computer, and we have the internet.
We might be calling control after all. Hook us up with a chemist in the Medford area, or at least in the Boston area.
Do some propane tanks. They'll blow up nicely.
I want to do a not for Medford, well, not necessarily for this place, but for like just biomedical research in general. What kind of common chemicals do they usually have in stock, like in large quantities, and how explosive are those chemicals?
Well, Cambridge, Massachusetts is absolutely the heart of the East Coast biomed industry.
Right.
There's an awful lot of people with an awful lot of stuff.
So I'm wondering what they already have on site that we can just use to blow that place sky high.
You're okay. Give me an intelligence check, please.
Just straight intelligence? Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'm actually pretty good at that.
Oh yeah, you're times 5. Yeah, yeah.
I failed. I rolled a 97. Well, are you
Okay.
fucking kidding me?
Fair enough. Right.
I have an
Carry on.
80.
So yes, yeah. I mean, there are. I mean, what the fuck do I know about the biomedical industry and the chemicals involved? But I mean,
Right.
yes.
I start looking. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm looking at.
But it certainly depends. Now, were they in the business of industrial scale production? You might be onto something.
Right.
But these are mostly small research labs conducting little trials with small amounts of ingredients, etc., etc. And everything you know about ZyMedBio's plant here is that that's exactly what it's doing. It's not mass producing anything.
Right. Well, shit. Well, that's that idea. I have no idea. I leave it to the military explosive experts then.
Well, yeah, could we get, maybe someone with those skills to help us? Like, would Control send someone, to or do we have any contacts that we know that would help us? I mean, us having all been dodgy military men.
It depends on whether you want your dodgy military men to be brought into a conspiracy, which could potentially very easily lead to them being shot at the end of it for knowing too much.
Well, needs must.
It'd be a lot easier just to call Control.
Yeah.
I mean, if we feel like we're at an impasse, then the next step is to debrief. Then we just say, look, we've done the best we can, but we don't have the firepower to take out this massive facility.
Or even
You don't know that it's massive because you've not actually laid eyes on it.
I think that's probably step one would be to actually go and look.
Yeah,
at the
that's a
facility.
good point.
that's why we need to kind of,
I just kind of assumed we'd already looked at it on like Google Maps or something, but yeah,
Look at it in person. It always looks different than on a map.
true.
Actually, on Google Maps, yeah, you could look at it in Google Maps, and the building.
Yeah, I look at stuff on Google Maps all the time.
It doesn't look much bigger than a large swimming pool complex.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've got one of those
Yeah.
not too far.
very, well, there might be something underground or something. But
I mean, that's something we might be able to do with 3 or 4 car bombs.
yeah, easy.
Just load them up with fuel and oxygen tanks or something like Agent Troy recommended. Oxygen does explode really well.
So does propane. It's easy to get hold of.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we can definitely get propane and.
Well, handily, today being Sunday, various DIY shops, barbecue sale, hardware shops, etc., are open for business, but ZyMedBio is closed.
Well, would you look at that? It's like a sign from the gods or the handler.
Or the old ones.
Yeah.
Well, those are the gods, aren't they? Well, no, actually, technically not.
ZyMedBio may be closed, but I'll bet you there's still people there.
Of course, they're gonna have security.
Not just security. I want to see where Beatrice is, or at least where her car is. Is she at her home, or is her car at ZyMedBio?
Appears to be at home.
Okay.
I know, yeah.
Well, at least that car appears to be at home, so she may be there, but she's most likely at home. Okay. All right, so we go take a look. Well, I don't know. Oh, we lost him.
Who's John gone again?
Keep her down.
No, we lost Neil, but he's back.
Yep.
Keep her back.
I hit the wrong button. Carry on.
So, what do you say? We start tooling up?
Yeah, I think we could probably secure a truck for loading natural gas, perhaps, and just use that as one big one. A delivery truck. That's Sunday, so they won't be open. We could borrow one.
Yeah, that's a good point. I strongly recommend we go as incognito as we can without raising too much suspicion.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Just simple as like just dressing up as normal, like fucking. Obviously, not going to wear the suit that I'm wearing in my character image. You know,
Swing by a fleet and farming fleet and get some overalls.
yeah, just put on some fucking, even some cheap ass fucking
Just-
Salvation Army clothes and stuff, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Fucking ball caps,
Mhm.
Yep.
sunglasses.
Yeah. Well, or yeah, just like a hard hat, you know,
Yeah, sure.
carry a clipboard.
So who's good at stealing cars?
Right.
That's you, right? Right,
Tarrant.
Tarrant?
Hey,
It ain't me.
It's Tarrant because he's got the lock picking skill.
yeah.
Right. So I guess you get to secure the vehicle.
Sounds,
Should we take what vehicles we have and start picking up the supplies anyway? Because we don't want to pick them all up in one big. Just show up with a delivery truck and load up full of shit. We
Yeah,
don't want to make multiple runs to multiple stores.
Yeah.
You know. And when I say multiple runs, I don't mean I go to the same store 3 times. I mean like all 3 of us drive to one store, all 3 of us go to another store at different times, and
Yep. Okay.
For sure.
that's going to
Yeah.
probably take us a good portion of the day to get all that stuff set up while
Mhm.
Tarrant goes and steals the truck.
Very good.
Yep. Yep. I'm quite prepared to hand wave all that. You know,
Cool.
take time being sensible about it. Yes, you, Tarrant, sort of. Now, the only question is, where are you going to assemble this? Because in a motel parking lot, it's probably not very sensible. So you're going to need to make arrangements about where you're going to meet up once you've secured everything and all that kind of stuff. But other than that,
Yeah.
I'm content to just let it play. Go ahead.
Definitely don't want to do it in a forest preserve because on a Sunday like this, those places will be packed with people.
well, you know, some kind of maybe some rundown industrial area. You know, maybe.
Like where we took care of that doctor, the other guy that recently.
Speaking of the doctor,
maybe not the same industrial area.
Yeah.
No.
We
Definitely
could go
don't want to
back-
go
we could-
there.
We could go to the same one because lightning never strikes twice. They would never expect it.
Yeah, but the police are probably still around investigating because they do know who the doctor is.
Yeah,
now.
and it's less than 24 hours since they discovered his body too. I don't think it's a good idea.
But somewhere it doesn't have to be the same one, but something
But
like
something like that, yeah.
Mhm.
one down.
Yep. That's fine.
Or another idea, even a car wash. You know, pull the truck up first, give it a wash. It's sitting out front drying as we pull into the. You know, they have those covered like you know, what do you call them? You know what I'm talking about. They're like driving into a drive-through garage. You know, you drive in, start unloading the shit, chucking it into the truck. You know what I mean? Gives us a little bit of cover as well.
Indeed.
I mean, they might have
True.
security cameras inside there, but we can easily just fucking take them out.
Yep.
By the time anybody realizes, oh shit, somebody fucking took out all the security cameras that wash and go, it's going to be Monday and we're going to be out of town anyway.
Yeah,
That's my
Yep.
thinking.
that's a great idea.
Seems good.
Okay. So
Indeed.
off you go to yes, I don't know, wash and go, whatever it's called, and sort of run the truck through, and as it's sort of run the car with the one of your cars with some of the explosives in and behind it.
So these places, they're not like automatic either. You do all the washing yourself. Like
Yeah. This is a do-it-yourself.
Yeah, of course.
And
Exactly.
then they have a separate section for doing the vacuuming and all that.
Yeah, vacuuming, not waxing, but toweling, etc.
Right.
So yeah, essentially you could just leave the van in there and just run the cars in one at a time, however many you've got, 2 presumably.
Yep.
And just gradually decant this through the course of the morning.
Mhm.
And during the morning, Tori, the bug in Connerty's home picks up the sounds of activity. The door is broken in, and there's obviously the sounds of, it's a conversation obviously between initially a couple of homicide detectives having a cursory look around, followed by calls to forensics teams to come to his house and start checking it top to bottom.
All right. Keep an eye on it and get ready to send a kill switch or kill signal to that bug.
Okay.
I will also send another signal out to have the worm in his computer eat itself.
Straight away. You're doing that right now, yes?
I'll set it up so that if anyone accesses it like from the computer itself, it'll eat itself.
Okay.
So that, yeah.
Yep, no problem. All right. So yes, by about lunchtime, you've essentially assembled yourself a reasonably large truck bomb. What I'll do, Tom, is if you can make me a demolitions check, please, to successfully wire it all up, etc., please.
Sorry, it broke up on me there. Was I supposed to check something?
Sorry, yes, demolitions check to wire it up.
Hello.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
what's going on? Hello.
I can hear you.
Is it my end? It might be my end.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear both of you.
All right, so it's my problem on my end this time. I'll leave and come back in.
Oh, is that going to affect the recording?
Shit. What if I do this? Yeah, there we go.
All right, is that better?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. I left the group, but I'm still in it. Okay.
Maybe- all right.
Yeah, it seems fine on my end now. Sorry, what am I checking?
Demolitions check, please, Tom, to wire it all up together.
Yeah, no problem. So that is a 0-1. I think that's a success.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
Yep, very good. Okay, so yeah, basically, what you'll have done it, I assume, so that you can. Well, there's a number of ways you can do it. I guess you can do it by impact and kind of brick on the accelerator styly, or you can do it on a timer. However you want to do it.
Do we want to get into the facility first for any kind of intel gathering? Or do we just want to blow it sky high?
Well, I mean, doing intel inside the facility is going to require more time and more risk.
Why
That's
don't we,
true.
why don't we just lean on Beatrice? I mean, you know.
Yeah, we can do that after we blow up the facility.
I mean,
Okay.
Or at the same time. I mean, we could put her in the truck when we blow it up.
I mean, if she's at home, you know.
So I think, yeah, can I just do like a little remote detonator? A little press a button and click? Or is that too complicated?
Give me a luck roll.
I mean, you can do those usually with like throwaway mobile phones and stuff. So
That's true. That's true. I'll subsume it within the demolitions roll. Go ahead.
okay, 38, also a success.
Yep, fine, no problem.
Yeah, I'll set up one of those little throwaway mobile phone detonators.
All right.
So once I hit dial,
Yep, no problem.
man, sometimes I think I just know too much about this shit. It's all from Hollywood, folks. Okay, I know whoever's listening. It's just from watching lots of movies. Okay.
Yeah.
I have been trying to keep super quiet when all this stuff comes up because I actually know all this, but my character doesn't. So
Yeah, John, yeah.
So, yeah, okay. So what I'll say is I'll set that up for the little telephone, the mobile phone detonator, and then say, okay, you want to lean on Beatrice? We can kidnap her tonight and take her with us to the facility when we blow it up. What do you
Sounds
think?
good. I agree.
Maybe someone should. Well, I wonder, would they all be alerted? I mean, should we do it simultaneously? Send or something, you know? So.
Oh, you mean like kidnapping her might set off the alarms?
Well, no. I mean, if the whole thing blows up, maybe she might go into hiding or something. They all.
Well, no, that's why I said to kidnap her before we blow it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I plan on having her tied up in the truck when it detonates.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That was my thinking.
Oh yeah. No, that sounds good. Yeah.
But you know, I'm just a grim, cold bastard. So.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to handle the abduction. I'd prefer if people who don't have like more than a 30 in stealth don't come along. Wink, wink, Agent Troy, for the infiltration part.
Well, I'm pretty good at stealth.
Even though I plan to kill this one anyway, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, she's gonna. she's going to pay for her evil ways. But yeah, I've got
Oh,
a.
absolutely.
I'm pretty stealthy as well, so I'm happy to oblige.
Okay. Sounds good.
I will have you know that my stealth is 3 times the normal.
3 times the normal. Oh yeah, 30%. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Sounds like a plan. So, I guess we'll wait till dark. Although, I might take a drive by during the day, just in my car, just to have a look at her house and see what the layout is,
Indeed.
just so I kind of know what I'll be coming up to, and also get a view of see what kind of. I mean, granted, it's just a passing view. Just get a passing view of what kind of security stuff she might have in place. Dogs, armed guards, CCTV cameras, whatever.
Okay.
Just things I can see from outside.
Nothing. It's
Fucking ninjas on the roof with bazookas.
alas, no.
I'm just kidding. You'd never see them.
It's essentially a sort of rather upscale. It's actually part of a condo. So she's.
Condominium building, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And how is the security on this condo complex?
Gated.
Gated?
It's you can walk up to the door. It's got a kind of communal lawn around it, and kind of a whole bunch of sort of garages off to one side. But you can walk right up, but the entrance to the ground floor itself is controlled by a video phone.
Right. Okay. Can I see where her condo is from here? We have a number. Do we know where her condo is? Which one is hers?
Yeah, she's on the what the Americans would call the third floor.
Okay. So she's on the second floor. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me just check my skills. I don't think I have climb. I have athletics, so that would cover climbing, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good at athletics. I'm pretty good at stealth. Do I think I could climb up and go through her window, or do I think I need to try to figure out a way to just burst through the front door?
Well, I can just pick it anyway, or try to.
Electronics?
It just says lockpick. I presume lockpicking. I guess that's mechanical, is it?
Well, no. I mean, I can't see why anybody would be specially trained in lockpicking and not know how to bypass various kind of
Electronic locks as well.
Yeah, that's slightly redundant, wouldn't it?
Cool. So, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So you and me tonight, we take her. Troy and Tori can sit in the truck down the road and wait for us to bring her in. Then we drive off and interrogate her. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, go ahead and make me. Not made easy by the fact that it's a lazy Sunday in June, Massachusetts. There are lawn sprinklers. There are people wandering around. It's now lunchtime. It's not going to be a discreet or easy thing to do.
Well, I was thinking to do it after dark.
Okay.
I was going to do it in the middle of the day.
Yeah. Night. Yeah.
Because I figure we're going to blow this place up in the dark of night. You know what I mean? Too. We're not gonna drive in the middle of the day. Although that would be less expected, I suppose. But yeah, the element of surprise only goes so far. Sometimes you just need cover of night.
The problem is, do you send a delivery truck at night to someplace?
Whoa. I thought you were at Dr. April's.
Right. Well, when we take the truck to the
Right,
facility.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it might
truck-
look kind of bizarre, but although oftentimes trucks do leave in the middle of the night to go to
True.
get to places by morning.
And
True.
they do deliver at odd hours to avoid the business being interrupted.
Yeah,
I heard
I mean,
that.
I know a
Okay.
lot of truck drivers who would get up at like 1
Okay.
a.m.
I was
to
just
go.
questioning.
1 a.m. head over to their depots, load up, and head out. So, yeah. So I say we hit her. What do you think? Right around midnight?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
There it is.
So, what are you doing for the rest of this Sunday?
Let's see. I've got our bomb made. Make sure my detonator's. Well, I'm not going to test it, but you know what I mean. I just look at it again and just confirm to myself that I'm comfortable with it. I'm confident it's going to work. Yeah, test it. Oops, shit. We need another truck. No. What else would there be to do?
It was, yeah, we just, I suppose, check the plan. All kind of.
I mean, yeah, you and I can be going over our
Yeah.
routes of entry and possible routes of escape from her condo building.
Yeah.
We could also look at the plans for the facility to try to see like where we think we're the best place for us to drive up, drive in, etc. Set off the bomb for the maximum amount of destruction, etc., etc., etc.
Is there any way our computer friend could get an actual plan of her condo? Not, like a blueprint, an architectural blueprint, so we know exactly what.
You mean like a fire escape plan or something?
Well, no, I'd just like to see, I mean, for the building. I mean,
Or do you want an actual blueprint with like ventilation shafts and everything else?
no, I just like. So this is like
what we can do, the places like this, check like the. Are we at the house yet? Are we there now, or what? Or we're just
No. This is just during the day. During the day.
I can find out and see if there's any real estate agency that is connected with that place, because they'll have like floor plans of apartments in there.
Yeah,
It's available right on the web usually.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. If possible, so we know what we're going into.
Yep. Easily done. You can look up an estate agent for the same block. They said, and the apartment directly below hers was sold sort of about 8 months ago. And yes, from that you can get a pretty good floor plan, which will tell you that there's a sort of a lift and stairwell in the middle of the building, which sort of runs up to all the floors. Then you've got an apartment on each half of the building with a central corridor running down the middle where the lift and the stairs are. And then you've got a floor plan of it's all laid out on one level. Yes, so you have a floor plan, so you'd know where her bedroom presumably is, although they are 2 bedrooms. One of them is quite clearly almost a box room, so you can reasonably infer which is her room, etc., etc. Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, another thing I just suppose I could do. You have a pistol, some kind of sidearm, I presume, Tarrant. Yeah.
Yep.
We could fashion little makeshift silencers for them, just in case.
I think.
If we show up and she's got, I don't know, like the family over, we might have to kill a few people before we take her out.
Yeah, I think I actually have a silencer if I remember correctly.
Oh, do you? I don't. But in fairness, silencers aren't exactly very silent. So.
Maybe I'm ignoring it. No, actually, I don't. Or no, I do. Yeah, balaclava silencer. Yes, I certainly do.
Oh, good.
So,
More flash suppression.
All right. Well, then, if we do need to take anybody out inside, you use that, and I've got my blade.
Yeah, sounds good.
Don't need a silencer for a knife.
Oh yeah, I also have a.
One would say that the knife itself is a silencer.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Any other research that Tori could be doing, or anything else that Troy could be doing during the day while we have time to kill before midnight comes along?
You can all make me intelligence checks, please.
Uh-oh. That means we're missing something.
All right.
Yeah, 14.
36. So
I'm not the brightest, but I made it.
Yeah.
I succeeded as well.
If you're planning to drive a truck bomb up to a building out of hours, you might want to check that there isn't any security gates or things that would obviate this plan.
So during the day,
I thought we
someone
kind
needs
of
to
did
drive
that when
by
we
the
drove by.
facility.
Did we not drive by it? I thought we did that already.
I don't think we have done that yet. No, we just Googled it again.
My brain's not working right.
I'm going to go drive by there. If anybody wants to come with, it's just going to be driving past.
Yeah, I'll go with you because I've got the military land science, so tactics and stuff like that.
Troy is going to pick up tacos.
Damn, you're the VIP, Troy.
Okay.
So, the Medford is actually surrounded by by woodland. There's a kind of national park, a little, sort of that Medford kind of sits on the edge of, and it's easy enough to follow. I mean, you've got the zip code, you've got you've got directions, and what you discover is that ZyMedBio's headquarters is up a little private road. There's no signposts or anything like that. It's just a little one-lane tarmac road breaking off the main north-south highway. It's entirely surrounded by trees. The trees press right up to the road as you drive along. And a little bit of the warmth of the day diminishes as you drive into this shadowed road.
This is to ZyMed, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
It goes more or less dead straight cutting through old New England forest before suddenly emerging into a sort of reasonably large sort of car park with space for about 80 cars, tarmacked with street lights, sort of sodium lights and all the rest of it. ZyMedBio itself is a long, low building. As I say, it's about the size of a sort of large, I don't know, sports center, I guess. But one more sort of 2 stories tall, more or less, but you get the impression that everything is on the ground floor, as it were. There are large plate glass windows running all the way along this. You're coming. It basically faces the car park with the building on its long axis, so you can see the entire length of this building. Long, low, reflective plate glass windows. No cars in the parking lot at all.
Okay.
But this is what you see, literally just sort of pulling into the beginning of the parking lot. So you're a good 50 or 60 meters from the building itself at this point.
I unfold a big map and kind of like strew it across the front of the dashboard so it can look like we're like lost.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, I want to show you something, Tom. And I flip open my laptop, the little the pad I have there, and I show him an email, and I read to you. It says, blank. Please do come and visit us in Medford. We have so much to show you. Blank will thank you. This was delivered to Dr. Connidy's computer. It's addressed to me. And it
It's
references
addressed to you.
Addressed to me, not to Agent Tory. And it mentions someone who I know quite well.
Well, when did you find this?
Well, we were
When
discussing.
was it sent?
We're in the middle of our plans. I killed my
Really?
worm in his computer right after that.
So
They
somebody's
had they had a Trojan attached to it. I was able to discover that and stop it from infecting my computer. But what worries me is that they know my name. They know this person's name. They mentioned Medford.
They know your real name.
Yes. That's why I blanked it out.
Mm-hmm. And well, I don't really want to know too many details about your real world life.
And I
but
don't want you to.
Do you have any idea how they might know you or why they might know you? Is there any reason why they should know who you are?
No. The only conclusions I can come to are either they have a very good intelligence network and they were able to find me somehow that way, or my information was released by someone inside of the Green, of Delta Green, to these people, whoever it is who sent it. I was not able to track them.
Well, what do you think? Are you getting cold feet?
No, this has to be done.
All right.
It's just, I kind of want to get inside that building now. But this compromises me. I keep pointing out various things on the map that have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Are we all privy to this, or are you just speaking to one?
Just the two
individual?
of us at the moment. I think.
Yes, because
Okay.
we drove out to see the car. I
Yeah,
don't
no
wanna-
worries. Just asking.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And so you want to get into the building and get access to their computers, see if you can find something out? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
How much time would you need?
Boy, it depends on what kind of system they got in there. I'm not the best when it comes to breaking into systems like that, but I mean,
How
I do
are
have
you
pretty good
breaking
training.
into buildings?
Oh, I'm even
not-
worse. I'm not good at that at all. I'm more of a logistics person.
Because the only two ways I see you getting in that building before we blow it up is either sneaking in
Mm-hmm.
or getting out of the truck after we drive it through the freaking wall,
Exactly.
which doesn't give you very much time.
Exactly. I kind of want to talk to that doctor now. Maybe she knows something.
Well, we're going to talk to her.
All right.
You
Well,
can definitely
let's-
be privy to the interrogation.
Okay. Well, I guess let's table this for now. Just if I'm compromised, you know what to do.
Yeah, I know what to do. And Agent Tom hasn't stopped thinking about his gun ever since he first showed me the email.
Mhm. Yep. And I mean, I really, we know what
Okay.
we signed up for.
Yep.
You know now too.
What about the others?
I leave that up to you if you want to tell them or not.
I think it's probably best if we're all on the same page.
All right.
Virtually, rule one of the Delta Green manual: never keep secrets from your fellow agents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. That wasn't true.
let's head back. I think
All right.
Troy said he was picking up some tacos.
All right. Let's tell them.
Do you venture beyond just the far limits of the car park?
Oh,
I don't think that's a good idea.
probably not. I mean, we might drive around the car park a little bit just to turn around and get out of here.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, both make me alertness rolls, please.
All right. I rolled a 70, which is a success by 12.
I rolled a 50, which is a fail by a lot.
Okay, so Tom,
Yes.
as you sort of roll around, the passenger side window kind of rolls around in front of the building, and you notice a couple of things. First of all, you notice that doors. There's a sort of a middle section which is clearly a kind of reception area of some kind, or main entranceway, and it's got kind of glass automatic doors, and they're open.
The doors are open.
Yep.
I'll point this all out to Agent Tori.
All right.
Get a look at that.
Well, that's not right.
Do you think they've already cleared the place out?
Shit, we're going to have to go in and look if that's true. Is there anything like packing
I mean-
materials or stuff strewn about the lobby?
From where you are, because of the kind of angle, because the car park is quite large and the sun is quite high in the sky, it being sort of early afternoon, the way the light kind of glares off the glass means you can't really get and sort of the sudden shadow, as it were, of going inside the building. You can't really
Right.
see detail.
Okay.
Certainly, there's no obvious sign of sort of boxes lying around in the doorway.
Sure.
Fuck.
We got to get to Beatrice. Check her location. See if her car has moved.
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
Just because her car hasn't moved doesn't mean she has. But
That's true.
I mean, okay, it looks obviously it looks kind of too dead here. I take it, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, I pull out the phone. I'm calling Tarrant.
Okay.
Is Troy with you?
I don't know. Is he?
Yes.
Yep.
He's back with tacos.
Yeah. All right.
We're munching away.
Yeah, don't stop crunching. I'm hungry. Listen, we're out at ZyMedBio right now, and it looks like the place is cleared out.
Well, two things. I have a bunch of tacos. They're pretty good. And second, I got a personal message to my non-agent account. Apparently, somebody in Medford has either taken my kid or is going to take my kid.
Well, shit.
Mr. My last name. We have something important, very important to tell you. It concerns Stephen, my son. It's important. Please come see us at Medford. No responses.
Fuck. Yeah, I guess the goings on at the shindig must have just really and no surprise, I suppose, alerted them and sent them running.
Well, I of course haven't heard this, and I'm like, what?
What about you, Tarrant? Have you received any such communications?
Nothing.
Neither have I.
Not yet.
I
Anyway.
have.
Yeah, Tori has as well.
And where the hell did they? You reckon there's a mole in Delta Green somewhere?
That was my first thought.
Mhm.
One of my thoughts.
Well, we're on our way back. We'll see you at the base. All right.
Mhm.
So you're driving, yeah, Tori?
I am.
Okay. I will call control.
Okay. So you phone Agent Innes.
Yes. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name.
Yep. And it rings and rings and rings and rings, and finally it gets picked up. What?
Update on the situation. I believe ZyMedBio has gone to ground, and they've contacted 2 agents of our unit using their real names and threatening to harm or kidnap individuals in their personal lives.
Well, it seems to me that you've just got an added motivation, Agent Tom. You know the rule. You know the rules.
Yeah. Okay. See you at debrief.
Put it to bed, Agent Tom. Put it to bed.
I hang up. Now, out of character, Neil.
Yes.
Put it to bed. Doesn't necessarily mean shoot Agent Tori in the face right here in the car and send a text message to Tarrant to do the same to Agent Troy, or does it?
No.
I didn't think so. No, it means to. First thing is in mind, loose ends.
Good question. Yeah. So I was not in the room at the time when you guys were fighting the lawyer, but he did say something while you guys were in there, but
Did he? I don't fucking remember now.
Yeah, no, I remember him.
What did he say?
It was 2 weeks ago.
What did he say?
Well, paraphrasing, he knew who we were, and that he would they would catch up with us. If I remember
Did he?
correctly.
Why do I not remember that? Shit.
His exact words were, "We know you now."
Yeah.
We know you now. So they learned something about us somehow during that whole thing? Well, this reeks of the unnatural.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
All
I
right.
thought I put some deodorant on.
Oh, well, back at the hotel. Might as well crunch some tacos while we figure out what the hell we're going to do to solve the situation. Um,
So yeah, they mentioned in my email, and here's the odd thing: they didn't send it to a personal device of mine. They sent it to Condity's computer.
because they knew you were monitoring it.
They knew I was monitoring it. Yes, I of course killed the worm that was in the computer right after that, and kill signaled the bug in the phone as well.
Mm-hmm.
The police did break in, but they sent that before their forensic tech showed up. So I erased our presence from there. But they mentioned me by name, and they mentioned someone very close to me by name as well.
Well, they know who we are, but why have they only contacted 2 of you? Only threatened 2 of you. How did they contact you again, Troy?
My phone, they text
Your
message.
personal phone?
Yes.
I'll check my personal phone, see if I've missed any messages or anything.
Nope.
Check my email.
Nothing.
Check my social media.
Nothing.
Okay. I kind of think to my head, inside my head, I'm like, oh, this is why I don't keep anyone too close, I guess. maybe it's just a matter of I don't have a wife or kids for them to threaten. I don't know. What about you, Tarrant? Nothing for you either, no? Checked everything?
No, I check everything as well. They probably
Why
just
would they know these 2 and not know us?
Don't know. Probably think we're just psychos, not
Wait,
that we wouldn't.
Who went in as caterers?
Well,
Troy.
and
Yeah.
John, this is his character.
Troy and Tarrant, or was it Troy and Tori?
No, Troy and Tarrant.
Troy and Tarrant. Okay, so that's not the connection.
And I was barely in the room with the lawyer. I mean, I only came in, saw the freaky shit was going on, and dragged that girl out of there.
Well, they didn't seem to be paying too much attention to us for the whole night, which leads me to think that they only kind of somehow clocked us.
I have a thought.
After shit hit the fan?
Troy,
Yeah.
did you talk to Beatrice at all during the party?
Well, I didn't. Well,
Yeah.
then again, she hasn't contacted me. Did you?
Yeah. After all of that, dealing with that monster guy, I kind of lost track of it. I'm not sure if I did or not.
I interacted with her at one point.
Someone did talk to her, didn't they?
I
were
did.
like,
I interacted with her at one point. I wanted to, because she was so focused, I wanted to rattle her a bit and see if
wait a minute.
it fell out.
Did I talk to her too? No, I didn't. I talked to the police chief guy.
Right.
I don't think I spoke to Beatrice.
I did speak to her, and I spoke to another employee as well, some mousy receptionist who was pretty taken aback by the goings-on of her colleagues.
That's it. From now on, we don't spare the receptionists.
If Troy had spoken to her, that might have been the connection. But that was just last night. That seems too quick for them to have been able to do anything.
well, we're not dealing with normal circumstances here. Something very off.
We've got a stolen truck outside full of explosives too. We got to figure out what to do with.
I'm gonna take one of my burner phones and I'm gonna try something. And I send a.
Don't use mine.
Oh no, just some spare burner phone. We got plenty of them.
Just saying, mine's rigged up to set off the truck.
Yeah, I'm sure you have that one on your person set away. Yeah, we don't need that going off. So I'm gonna send
a pizza, guys. Oh shit!
A text to the person mentioned in the email. Something innocuous like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Okay. They text back after about 20 minutes. Yeah, good, thanks. You?
Pretty good. Work, like always. Well, I hope to see you soon. Hey, how are mom and dad?
Oh, same old.
All All right. Well, you be careful. All right. I'll worry about you.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Don't talk to any strangers. Don't take candy. And I chuck-
Always with the strangers.
Strangers are dangerous.
Danger.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
And did I get anything out about that it wasn't actually her?
Nothing at all. She uses very familiar abbreviations and things like that.
All right. Well, I'll pull the SIM card out of the phone and rip it in half and go back and say, well, as far as I can tell, they haven't gotten to that person mentioned in my email yet. But they knew their name.
At this point, Agent Troy is going to do the same. He's going to send a text to the caretaker of his son and see if he can FaceTime him.
Okay, you go off somewhere discreet to do this, I assume?
No, there's no need.
Okay. Yep, FaceTime is fine. Yes, yeah, the young lad is, seems happy and healthy and playing outside on a summer Sunday. Bitches about having his homework that evening for Monday.
Okay, I hadn't worked out any arrangements for what to do in a case like this, so I'm going to assume I have no arrangements made for it. So, caretaker. All right, I'm gonna get with the caretaker and I am going to ask them to. You're gonna have take my son, and you're gonna have to leave town, take a vacation, go visit some relatives, and call me when you get there. It's a terrorist. There's a terrorist after me, and he's gonna try to get to anybody in my family. Don't tell anyone. Just go.
Okay. Well, the caretaker. I'm assuming that you're basically sort of retconning the fact that they know enough about the sort of thing you do.
Oh, they just know I'm like a cop. That's
Right.
all they know.
Yeah, that's the point. For it to be
I'm undercover.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. No problem. So, the youngster, being the age he is, he's like, "Yay! Early summer vacation, fantastic." The caretaker obviously a little more concerned, but they promise to extend to your wishes.
That is curious. Well, chances are that if somebody's watching them, they're going to follow them anyway. So there's nothing I can do at this point. The job comes first. So it comes mechanically speaking for the game. If I have a bond, so if I let the bond go for the job, I mean, how do you do that? You have to roll a sanity check?
You can't. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't voluntarily break a bond.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. I was just asking how it works because.
There's no mechanic allowed.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. That works. Well, he did the best he could do at the moment.
Cool. All right. Anybody else?
Is it possible that any of us are bugged? We should do a
All right.
sweep.
Let's do that. I will break out the equipment and check for innocuous signals.
Check everywhere.
Yep. Check everybody's person, whip it over the clothes, check the rooms.
Mm-hmm. Nothing at all.
As far as I can tell, we're clean.
Well,
I
don't know.
It's now about 3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
3 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon.
We're still going to set the bomb off, right?
Is there any point? Why don't we go out there and have a look in the facility?
Do we want to grab the doctor first?
We can swing by her place. It's the middle of the day. I don't think breaking in and trying to kidnap her is a good idea. We could just try to buzz her and see if we get in. And who knows? Maybe she'll let us in. Maybe she wants to talk to us.
Could be.
I suggest that one of you go up there since your names have already been exposed.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, they don't have our people. So let's get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, Troy
Wait.
will go as well.
My thought is that Troy and Tori go in the car and I kind of hang back in the truck.
Yep.
Sound good, guys? Anybody think that's a bad idea? Or think
No, I
that
like
is a better idea?
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Probably, yeah.
Just try to like set up just set up like an open call so that we can overhear basically over the phones, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tori, on your way there, your police sort of scan, trap and trace. Officers are confused. At the home of Charles Ogle, definite evidence of gunfire, definite evidence of arson, no sign of Charles Ogle, no body.
Oh, really? That?
Gunfire, arson. Yeah, that's all. That all seems
Yeah.
legit.
But no body.
Congratulations to the Boston PD.
No body, though.
No body.
No body. Well, like I said, I
just
saw a skull and a rib cage. That's not exactly no body.
Right. But that wasn't. They would have said body. They wouldn't have said that if that was still there.
Right. Or so it was either it was there and they're covering it up, or it was gone by the time they searched the place.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in the door minutes after you left. You know this because the
So that doesn't make sense. So they're covering it up.
They're covering it up, or it covered itself up.
Yeah, maybe. I think more likely they're covering it up.
They're covering it up.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong. That's what I believe. But all right. Yeah, so you guys go up and buzz Beatrice and see if she lets you in.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's the cover story?
Who needs a cover story? Everything's out in the open now, right?
I guess. Oh, well, yeah.
Just say, yeah, we're here to talk to you about the party at Charles's house. I don't know. What do you think?
We'll find out. Let's see what she says.
I mean, what did your thing say? They wanted to talk to you?
I wanted to talk, yeah.
Yeah, just say, I got your message. I'm here to talk.
All right.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so to confirm, Tori and Troy are going to speak to Dr. April. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Seems to make sense to me since they're the ones that we know have definitely been exposed.
Okay. So, yep, you drive up and get there about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Question, though, before we go in.
Yes.
So unarmed. Oh, wait. It's unarmed combat, so never mind. Never mind. I just answered my own question by looking at the skill and reading what it clearly says.
No problem. Okay, so you drive up to this little condo and go and sort of pick up the video phone. Her name is right on the door, you know, next to on the thing. Buzz through for Buzz apartment 6.
Yep. Hit the button.
Okay.
We'll stop the truck a reasonable distance away. I don't know, maybe like half a block or a block.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And after
Make sure that my phone is in my breast pocket so it gets the best microphone pickup.
Mm-hmm. And after sort of maybe half a dozen rings, the video screen suddenly flickers to life with this little sort of blue, white, and grey image of the person you recognise as Dr. April from last night. And she sort of looks at you, and she looks, hello?
I got your message. You wanted to talk?
I'm sorry. Who is this? And
Regarding Mr. Ogle.
Chuck? Oh my
Yes.
God! Yeah. What? Oh, and then a light of recognition comes into her eyes. You were there.
Indeed.
Oh, what do you want?
I'm afraid there's been an incident. Is it all right if we come and speak with you?
What sort of incident?
Something happened at his mansion last night.
Well, we all know that. Some fire? People firing guns? What the hell was that about?
That's what we'd like to ask you, if you don't mind.
Oh, so you're a cop?
Oh, yes, forgive me for failing to identify myself clearly. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, you just show me your ID, and I'll be happy to buzz you in.
Sure. I guess I have some kind of idea I can fling up in this situation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Troy
Right.
also will show his
I
ID.
would have something like that. Yeah. Special investigations, something or other, looks official.
She looks at it and persuasion, please.
Oh, sure. That is very... Oh, it's not as great as I thought it was. Dice don't fail me now.
Joseph's in the chat saying you should have disguised yourselves as Jehovah's Witnesses. Should
I
never let
rolled-
him in then.
I rolled a 10, which is... My skill is a 40.
Persuade, I rolled a 40 and I have a 60.
Okay, you sort of hold the badge and sort of just long enough for her to see it look semi sort of official, and she sort of looks puzzled for a second and goes, "Okay, come on up."
Head on up.
Okay.
Did she seem genuinely puzzled?
Very hard to get human over a video phone.
True. Okay. Keep your eyes peeled. I say to Troy.
Okay, so you go up.
Let's be careful.
Indeed.
All right. I make a little running commentary that we are now heading up the elevator. She seems to not have understood, but we'll see when we get in person.
Okay, elevator opens up onto a sort of plushly carpeted hallway, and she's actually standing in the doorway to her apartment, waiting for you to come out of the lift.
Give her my winning smile, walk forward, and hold my hand out.
She takes it.
Ms. April? Dr. April?
Agent Tom just going to nod.
She looks at both of you. You all right? Come on in. She sort of throws the door open.
All right. Follow her in. Start sweeping my eyes around for any other person in the area.
Give me a human, please.
Human.
That's a 5. I'm smoking these.
I got a 98. I'm not even going to look it up.
Okay. So the 98 tells you that you think she probably sort of lives here with somebody. The 05 tells you she totally lives alone.
Totally lives alone? Okay.
There's a sort of, and it's peculiar. It's almost like, how can I describe it? It's antiseptic.
I was going to say she's cooking curry or something.
No, there's very few books. There's no photographs. Very few pictures on the. In fact, no pictures on the wall. No art of any kind.
Okay. Did you just move in, Dr. April?
Oh no, I've been here about 2 years now.
Oh, I see. You must spend a lot of time at the office then.
Oh yes. Sit down, and she sort of offers you a seat on a sort of Spartan, hard-backed, probably Swedish design sofa.
Okay.
It's opposite you.
So, as you've heard, there was an incident last night at Mr. Ogle's mansion. We have confirmed that there was evidence of gunfire and arson, but Mr. Ogle has not been found yet. Has he contacted you?
Not been found. Has he contacted me? No, not at all.
Because we're quite worried about him. He was, as I understand it, quite a sick man. Have him just running around out there all on his own. It's definitely worrisome.
Yes, of course. I was recently, as you may know, I'm a physician. I recently finished offering him a course of treatment. I hope he's getting better, but you're right. He's still not in a condition to be wandering the streets or whatever.
Would you mind? I don't want to pry, but would you mind? What's the word? Expanding on the sort of treatments, barring patient confidentiality, of course.
Of course. What I will say is that I work. I'm the clinical director for a small biotech startup here in Boston. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what the treatment involves, not least because it's still not subject to patent, and we're in the experimental phase of the treatment.
I see.
But Mr. Ogle was one of a number of early trial recipients.
I see. And he hasn't contacted you since last night? That was the last time you saw him?
That's right, yes. I don't. I remember seeing him at the party. I remember seeing him circulating. I don't think I spoke to him, though. I don't think I had a chance. He was very busy.
Indeed. Yeah, he did seem rather busy. Well, we're all quite worried about him. All right, I want to talk out of character for a second here. I really don't know what direction I should take this in.
Yeah, he's playing the silent role, observing her as best he can.
Right.
So I'm assuming you got an earbud in so you can hear me if I talk back to you.
Of course, yeah? Absolutely.
All right. I mean, are you guys buying what she's selling here? Does she really not know anything?
Yeah. Does she seem genuine? That's definitely a concern.
Give me a human.
All right. Oh, I failed.
John.
I got a 42 this time, and my human is a 50. So I made it.
Okay. Well, she majorly blew her persuasion roll, so no, she's lying her ass off, John.
So,
or rather, she's very definitely got a story that she's sticking to.
well,
It would seem that you're not being truthful with us. Perhaps we should take this downtown.
Oh? Are you holding back, Dr. April? This is quite important. A man's life might be at stake.
Both of you give me a human for that statement, please. For the reaction to that statement.
I pass. I rolled a 42.
I got a 12 this time.
There's the tiniest curl of a smile at that phrase, that a man's life may be at stake. The tiniest. She's struggling to conceal it, but she can't quite conceal the uptick in her corner of her mouth before she arranges her face and says, "Yes, I quite understand. But I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say."
I look over at Troy and I raise an eyebrow.
Agent Troy steps forward a bit closer to her and gets into uncomfortable distance, and he's gonna smell her.
She instinctively sits back to try and get away from you.
You're lying, and I find it funny, just like you found that funny.
Yes. What is so amusing, Dr. April?
Amusing? I don't. What are you talking about?
And stand up and crowd her on the other side a little bit.
Maybe you guys should bring her in for more aggressive interrogation.
Collect your purse, ma'am. You're coming with us.
I believe I'm entitled to a phone call to a lawyer.
You're entitled to a phone call within 48 hours. Please come with us.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that you're coming with us.
No, that's not good enough.
Turn around. We're now going to handcuff you if you won't come along quietly.
Sounds to me like she's resisting.
She sort of looks at you and sort of sizes you up for a second or two, and then sort of mutters under her, "It's outrageous." She stands up. She folds her arms though, and if you have any method of kind of getting out any zip ties or handcuffs, she kind of looks at you and says, "I don't need those. I'll come along."
Very well then.
That's resisting.
One in front, one in back.
I'm
And
backseat driving this.
Before we do that,
Exactly.
I'm going to
Okay.
say, as we go to the door, I'll say, one moment. Please place your hands against the wall and separate your legs shoulder width apart.
Ooh.
God's sake. She does. She complies.
Pat down.
Okay. Nothing at all. She was dressed in kind of a loose-fitting sort of sweatpants and t-shirt.
Okay. Is her phone in evidence anywhere?
Yep, there's one sitting charging on a small table next to the settee you were just sat at. Sophie.
Snatch that up too.
Okay.
And turn it off.
Okay.
Take that with us.
Have you guys gonna get her laptop if she has one?
I didn't see one in the room. I don't know if we want to search around for it. Is there anyone else with you, Dr. April?
What? No.
Do you mind if I look? And I start, without waiting for her to say yes or no, I turn around and start looking through the rest of the place.
Do I have a choice? She says,
I ignore her.
Okay.
Troy will wait, but he's going to move a little closer again.
Yep.
Smelling the air.
She sort of looks at you with disgust. Okay. Yes. In every room you go in, you know, it's entirely antiseptic, impersonal, sterile almost.
Is there like a laptop anywhere or a computer bag?
Yeah, there's a laptop sat on her bed.
Okay. So I'm guessing she's got a laptop, she's got a computer bag. Stuff it in there along with the phone and take that with.
Okay, no problem. And you haul her out onto the street.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the van parked about 150 meters away from the condo.
Yep. Engine running. I start it now.
Mm-hmm. Stuff her in the back seat.
Okay. As you approach the van, as it becomes clear to her that you're going to try and put her in a sort of U-Haul truck.
No, in the back seat of our car.
Ah, right. Okay. I thought you were.
Right.
Okay.
Oh no, not in the van.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So she sort of climbs in. She sort of sits in the back.
All right, I'll take the driver's wheel.
Mhm.
Troy, you sit wherever the hell you want to sit, I guess. In the back
Oh,
with her. Or...
Yeah, he's going to sit right next to her.
Okay.
All
Yep.
right.
She kind of
Start.
slides across the seat to try and get away from you, right up against the door.
Mm-hmm.
Let's should we drive right out to ZyMedBio?
Yes.
He's gonna reach over and lock her door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She sort of recoils and puts her hands across her chest as you do this.
Put on your seatbelt, doctor.
Yes,
Please.
She buckles up. Okay, where are you going?
Let's head out to ZyMed.
Okay. So you drive north. She sort of, after you kind of leave the main sort of urban area of Boston, she's sort of looking out the window. Where are we going?
Could probably drop the act now, guys. We've got her in our custody. She's never going back.
We're going to your office, Doctor. We want to see what other monsters you've been creating.
What?
Don't play dumb.
This is insane. I demand a phone call.
Who do you want to call?
I believe that's privileged information if I'm a suspect officer.
What you believe and what's actually going to happen are two different things. Who would you call?
I'd call someone in a position to help me.
Well, no such person exists.
She looks at you, and for the first time, there's no fear, no disgust, no apprehension, calm, those pale blue eyes in that ice queen face, and she looks right at you. Oh, yes, there is.
I remain quiet.
Oh, I presume we're kind of myself and Ian are like trailing, right? In
That was my assumption, yes.
yeah. Just to be sure, as they say. Yeah, cool.
Okay. So you head out. Unless you, well, she then sort of turns around and just stares straight at the back seat. In fact, Tori, you can feel her eye, almost feel her eyes boring into the back of your skull as you drive.
Okay.
And you sort of pull up onto the little private road leading to the car park and disappear into the shadow of the trees, leaving the sound of the cars behind you on the main highway. The van you see, but just about by the time you hit the car park end of that little road, you can dimly see in your wing mirror the truck following you with Tom and Tarrant in it.
All right. I'm going to park on the far side of the place from the open door and wait for them to get here.
Okay. All right. So you guys
And
walk up in the van.
while they're driving up, I'm going to step out and toss her computer bag on the hood of the car and pull out the laptop and open it and see and start just sifting through it if I can.
Okay. Go ahead. Give me a comp-sci check to get through fairly low standard security.
All right. Oh, I failed.
Okay. No, you just it's standard password protected, but it just it just eludes you to run the script in such a short time. If you let it run for an hour or whatever, I'll give you a bonus to it for a reroll.
Yeah.
But right now.
All right. I just stuff it back in the bag and then store it in the trunk of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely keep the keys in hand, and going to leave her in the vehicle for the moment.
Okay. She just sits impassively, staring at the seat in front of the headrest of the seat in front of her.
All right. We'll wait for the guys to show up.
Yeah, we're right behind you.
Yeah.
Pull up.
They pull up in the van after barely a minute.
I'll leave it running.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in park. Climb out.
Yep.
She's clearly in on it for sure. She could barely hide her glee when we mentioned a man's life was at stake.
Tom, I do believe it's time for the blunt instrument.
All right. Somebody should stay with the van.
Troy will go to the van.
Yeah, just
I'll hang with Tom.
the shit hits the fan.
Mhm.
It's a walking bomb. I got the trigger. I just tap my breast pocket where the phone is. I don't tap it. I gesture like I'm tapping it.
Yeah, it's right here. Tap, tap. Boom! All right, guys. Thanks for playing. It was a great week.
Oops. No. Yeah, so I will walk right over to the car, swing the door open. She's bound, right? You just cable tied her or something, or no? She's not? Oh, okay, no. I'll just reach in, I'll grab her by her hair, and I'll drag her out and throw her to the ground violently.
Ow, you son of a bitch!
And I'll kick her in the fucking face as hard as I can.
Okay.
Right in the pie hole.
And then I'll jump down on her back and I'll cable tie her hands behind her back.
You hear the crunching sound of the cartilage in her nose being splayed across her cheeks, and blood sort of immediately starts running onto the hot tarmac.
Hi, Beatrice.
And she's too stunned to resist. You just instantly just grab her, zip tie, no problem.
Once her hands are tied behind her back, I'll grab her hands, near the tie itself, pull her wrists up behind her back, so it does that horrible extending of the arms behind the back, and start dragging her towards the office building. I'll say, "You want to come with me, Tori? I think you might have some things you want to look at inside."
Indeed.
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Just you wait and see.
I yank harder, so to try to maybe dislocate one of her shoulders.
Troy makes a torture appreciation roll, and he fails.
In fact, let's just think about this. Tori and Troy, you're not military types, are you?
I am military.
Troy is military also. Former.
I have former military.
Fair enough. Carry on. Okay, so you're dragging her towards the entrance, yeah?
Yep. The doors are still open, right?
Yes. And as you approach, in fact, well, is everybody going?
Yeah, he was a Navy paramedic over in Afghanistan.
Is there a security camera over the door?
Yes, there is, but it's switched off.
Oh, okay. I was going to shoot it, but never mind. Okay, fine. Yep, just drag her inside.
Okay. So,
and is there well, you can describe the lobby to me, I guess. Sorry.
Okay, so basically what you've got is the reception area. You've got a long sort of maple counter in front of about sort of maybe 6 or 8 meters in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a door on the right-hand side, which obviously leads through to some back offices behind this reception desk. The reception area itself is filled with kind of potted plants and sort of, fairly institutional, but upscale, but institutional soft chairs and things like that. Tables with magazines on, et cetera, New Yorker and so on and so forth. On the left and on the right-hand side at the far ends are two large, sort of almost hospital-like doors. Big, heavy swing doors. The one on the left says administration. The one on the right says clinical wing.
Okay. Well, right here will do well for starter point. So I'll just kind of slam her up against the desk.
Yep.
And tear her boot or shoe off, whatever she has on her left foot.
She probably had just a pair of sneakers. So,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll tear them off, sock too. And I'll pull out my knife and I'll say, I know you can grow these back, so it probably won't bother you too much, but pain can be a motivator. And I will remove her big toe.
Okay. And she screams and falls on the floor. Now, we'll wait for Rob to rejoin us.
Oh, do we need to do a bio break?
That would be good.
If we want to, yeah. By all means.
Okay. I see you moving by Rob rejoining us. Yeah, if you want to do a bio break before the massive torture scene, we can cut it off at cutting off the toe. And resume in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. Somebody was requesting a bio.
Okay.
And I know Neil can't see the chat either, so.
Okay. Back in a sec.
Yep.
Smoke them if you got them. I'm just going to grab a glass to pour some scotch into. Yeah, this game's putting me on all kinds of ridiculous watch lists, I reckon. All the planning to blow up the building, which is probably not going to really come to fruition, not the way we planned it originally anyway.
I'll probably still do it. I might be a little freaked out by you suddenly cutting off someone's toe, though. So
Yeah. At this point, I think we will have, for those who are not adapted to violence, we will be having sex.
See, Agent Tom just assumes everybody should be adapted to violence, and if they're not, well, they will be soon enough.
I mean, I have been in violent situations, but I don't just go around casually cutting people's toes off.
This isn't a person. She's a monster in my eyes.
Like kicking me in the face and that stuff. I've seen that. That's, semi-standard interrogation techniques in some situations, but
in Tom's personal view of the world, this is not a person.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Let me go grab a glass.
I'm going to go hit the bathroom.
Agent Troy is responding, ready for duty.
Mm-hmm.
Applesauce in hand.
Mm.
Okay. I have returned. I had to grab a glass, and I stopped over to tidy up a few things around the house too, closing off unnecessary rooms at this hour of night and making sure the cat is no longer has access to the bedrooms. She's not allowed in the bedroom after bedtime because she has a tendency to wake everybody up at 4:30 in the morning.
Not only that, they'll try to steal your breath while you're sleeping.
Mhm.
Oh, really? Interesting. Having a little glass of whiskey, a little toast to the OSG.
All right. I will toast with my rum and coke.
I'll toast with my Diet Coke.
Neil, are you there? I think I hear you.
I am, yes.
Okay, so we're just waiting for Rob. Got it.
Yep.
So all in all, not as much lamenting and gnashing of teeth as I thought there was going to be.
How so?
How would we know? It's been archived. You can't respond. You can't do anything.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Well, we know tons of people though,
Mm.
and there's only been limited responses on other sites.
The only other person I really know well enough who would say anything would be Alex Pay, but he's moved on anyway now. So
What about Alex? Sorry, huh?
he's kind of moved on to doing stuff in where he was in Australia or something, wasn't he? Ridiculous.
Oh, did he go off to Australia? Did he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
been
yeah.
back and forth there. I know before. So
Mm. And he's running stuff for his group in Graz. I think he's doing a lot of face-to-face stuff.
Oh, fun.
cool.
I have no interest in face-to-face at this point after doing online for as long as I have.
Yeah, I kind of do, but at the same time, I like not having to deal with anybody's hygiene issues. I like not having to provide snacks for everyone. I like being able to game in my underwear
Yep.
There is that. There is that.
or pajamas, is the case actually, as I don't usually sit around in my underwear. It's not
Right.
that warm in this country.
True. I don't even own underwear.
Fair enough. Give a shout out to all the guys in the chat that have been watching the game and talking back and forth here. We got Elias Miller, Captain Gothnog, Joseph Ford. That's it. Only
Thanks
three
a lot.
guys. Only three guys, but they're talking a lot. What's up, lads?
That's cool.
3 is pretty damn good, honestly. If I can get 3 live viewers on a actual play video, I feel pretty good about that.
Woohoo!
I think when I said smoke them if you got them, Rob might have thought I meant like fucking cigars.
Broke out the industrial bong.
No, he'll be doing it with the dog, surely.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's probably let the dogs out. Good point.
Who let the dogs out?
Rob.
Rob.
Oh, geez, I made the same joke, but I was muted, so damn. Womp womp.
Oh. God, did I fail any rolls yet today? I don't think I did fail any rolls yet today.
I have.
But I've strategically avoided the rolls that I'm horrible at. Trying to play to my strengths.
What was it? The last
Starfighter.
no, the last session of Hudson and Green. I don't think I rolled
Hudson and Brand.
Hudson and Brand. I only rolled like one roll, if that entire time. I just threw
Yeah, that happens
threw
sometimes.
around a lot of money, so hey, he could afford it.
That happens sometimes.
I'm all for not having a lot of rolls if it's not unless it's things you're not good at. I mean, if you have strength,
Generally
you can-
speaking, you only need to roll the dice when there is some kind of opposition or something at stake.
exactly something that presents a challenge beyond routine.
And even Delta Green, one of the great things about this system too is they have a certain thing where, like, certain tasks you want to do, if your skill is a certain percentage or higher, you don't even have to roll for it. It's just an automatic success. It'll say something along the lines of,
Which makes
if
sense.
they have 50 or higher in this skill, It just happens. Otherwise, they have to roll something like
That
that.
makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
You're a professional, like at 50 and beyond, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah, nice.
I think so. Yeah. So there should be no.
Yeah, because when you get like bonuses as opposed to like Call of Cthulhu where you roll an extra die, and in this you get like plus 20% or for negatives
Nice.
minus 20%. So if you have a 50% plus some bonus because you're using like a tool of the trade or something, you're usually at like 70%. That's pretty
Right.
good.
Very nice.
It's a well thought out system.
Hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, and
Well done to Arc Dream.
Indeed.
Cheers.
Speaking of systems, anybody who is not adapted to violence, as Agent mercilessly shoots this woman in the foot, please make me.
I didn't shoot her in the foot. I cut her toe off with a
Oh
knife.
well, that
Right.
makes it so much better using a pair of.
It's a little quieter.
I must have missed that. Sorry, you blew her toe off.
No, I pulled out my knife and cut her toe off.
I'm in the truck. I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, I definitely saw it. I presume I'm pretty accustomed to violence, if I remember correctly.
Do you have the tick marks in your adapted to violence?
I have 3 boxes.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I failed my sanity check.
Oh,
either way.
you have all 3 boxes ticked?
yeah.
Then you are adapted to violence, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have a little chuckle.
Tori, you failed, yes?
Yes. Does that mean I checked that box also?
You take 1 point of sanity and you check off one of the adapted to violence.
Yeah, anytime you lose sanity, but you don't hit your breaking point.
Don't go and say don't reach breaking point. Yeah.
All right,
Then
I'm
you can
still
take
4 points away from that.
Good.
Okay. So let's just be clear. Who is in the lobby right now? Tom,
3 of us.
Tom, Tarrant, Tori, and Troy. You're in the truck. Yep.
Yes.
The car park. Okay. So yes, you hack away at her, and she sort of screams and tries to thrash around, but you basically just kind of almost holding her upside down with her, sort of locking your arm around her foot so that she can't twist too much. You sort of sever. She bleeds profusely, screams, and then she starts she clearly goes into shock, and she starts kind of muttering under her breath.
Record what she's saying.
Okay. You can, once you start paying attention to it, you can hear it. She'll avenge me. She'll avenge me. She'll avenge me. Her children will bring their blood down on you.
Who is she?
She's not paying attention to her external surroundings. She's entirely locked in her own little world.
Okay. Do I know any ways to snap her out of that?
Possibly sort of slightly more calibrated violence.
Is there check behind the receptionist desk, see if there's any bottles of water back there?
Yeah, you can lean over the desk.
Yeah, and I'll start bandaging off the wound so she doesn't bleed out.
Okay.
Yes. Wait a minute. Hang on. Anybody got a cigarette lighter?
Not anymore.
My character smokes, so I presume I've got a new one since I threw my Zippo on.
Yeah, I'll just cauterize it.
Okay.
Oh,
That might bring her back.
She screeches and tries to withdraw her foot and sort of pulls and pushes.
We can roll opposed strength rolls if she wants. I lift.
I suspect you're probably stronger than she.
70 is my
I'm not
times 5.
I'm not going to make you make the roll for that. You just basically lock her foot under your ankle and sort of turn your back on her, so her feeble kind of kicking at you doesn't really do anything. And hold the lighter to the slightly ragged stump, and the smell of burning flesh fills the room surprisingly quickly.
flesh.
Yeah, gross.
Oh.
And she sort of screams once and then sort of stops and just sort of glares at you.
You feeling better? Feeling a little more talkative?
Fuck you.
Ooh.
No thanks.
No, you're Nelly.
So
Come on, you guys can grow those back.
So who is this she that's gonna rain vengeance upon us?
She sort of looks across at you. You're all going to die in here.
How?
She stole that line from a movie, Resident Evil.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Well, at least we'll take you with us.
Hey, come on, Beatrice. Why don't you talk to us? You might be able to walk away from this, or limp. Anyway,
She just looks at you perfectly calmly. Fuck you.
she seems really resistant to torture, guys.
So where should we start setting up the bombs? I take a swig of the water bottle that I found back there.
Well, should we have a look around? We can just bring her with us.
Sure.
Grab her by that dislocated arm again and start dragging her along.
The door locks. What kind of locks are on there?
Most of them contain, from your, actually you're an electronics kind of guy, aren't you? Very, very high end, very secure, like, 3 deadbolt point electronic locks.
Okay.
Even the one leading to behind reception is this, but they're all unlocked.
All unlocked.
Looks like they're expecting us, Beatrice.
But didn't they say they were waiting for us in the message they sent you?
They did indeed. The message she pretended not to know anything about.
Agent Troy, what are you doing?
He's outside dealing with waiting on the vehicle, making sure nothing's coming up.
Well, I'll text Troy just to keep him in the loop. And
Just put him on an open call like we did earlier.
Well,
yeah.
heard the scream, if nothing else.
Yeah. Put him on an open call so we can have just an open communication line.
Anything unusual? Oh, sorry, this is going to sound a bit is besides the fact that the whole situation is unusual, but is there any signs that we're being observed? As in, is there anything that leads me to believe that? Well, I know we're being observed, but can I see any hidden people or persons at all?
You can go ahead and make me an alertness check.
Alertness. No. Okay. Alertness is pretty good at 81. So here we go. 67. So yeah.
Yeah. No, not only that, but you can also see there's some discrete little security cameras, 2 of them, in fact, each of them watching the administration wing and the clinical wing's doors. They're both off as well.
No, it's just...
So Beatrice, where are all your friends at? This doesn't seem a way to keep a secure facility locked down.
Who are you? You're not cops.
Jesus, are you just figuring that out?
Wow.
And you're supposed to be an intelligent scientist? It's slow on the uptake, aren't we, B?
I don't know.
Seriously, have you not noticed, Beatrice, there's nobody around, the doors are all unlocked?
Sorry, again, Ian?
Have you not noticed, Beatrice, that there's nobody here and the doors are all unlocked, everything's open?
So they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if somebody wanted you to come here, isn't it?
So do we really want to have a look around, or should we just finish it?
Well, I thought you wanted to look at something in the computers, but I'm happy to just finish it if you want.
At this point, I don't like walking into a trap like that.
Yeah, okay. So where should I tell Troy to drive the truck up to?
Well, I imagine the best place to do it would be this wing here, the clinical one.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we can.
Yeah, Troy,
have to,
bring it in.
Okay, he'll drive the truck in.
Drag her kind of over that way too.
Okay, well, all you've seen so far of the clinical wing, other than the exterior of it, is just this door.
I suppose we
labeled clinical wing.
swing the door open and look down the hall.
That sounds like a trap to me.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like the handler's trying to lure us in. You know what I'm saying? I say let Troy drive down there with the truck and get a look at it. You know, everything's made of glass here, right? You should be able to get the truck down there, no problem.
But it's mirrored glass.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, if he parked,
no, in mirrored glass you can't see through. But I mean, he could drive through it. That's what I meant.
Right. Well,
I should clarify. It has got a how can I put it? It's kind of like a sort of layer. So you've
Like
got
reinforced, strengthened. Yeah.
You've got concrete, then these mirrored glass windows, then and more concrete, etc., etc. It's not a glass building, I should point out.
Right.
well, I mean, you can pull up right just outside the clinical wing, and let's, I suppose, would be the
well, the lobby is pretty wide open, right? How far? Okay, so the lobby's right in the middle, isn't it?
Yep.
Is the administration side as large as the clinical side?
Yep.
So
we could drive into the lobby, of course.
truck into the lobby,
Yeah.
back it up against the
Elevators.
well, open the door to the clinical wing and back it up against the open door to try and funnel a little bit, maybe the blast more that way.
Well, since we're not just going to leave it to a moving target, we could open up the valves and let the gas fill up the building and then blow it.
Which valves?
On the tank, the big tank.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. I was thinking in the building. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bring it in.
So you're going to drive the truck through the reception?
If
Yeah,
it'll
sure.
fit. If it'll fit, sure.
No, well, not without crashing through the building.
Well,
Yeah.
sacrifices.
I presume it's,
This would be the
go
weakest point.
through the kind of like entrance doors and
Yeah. I mean, actually, most of this kind of frontage area here, that is mostly glass.
How about the delivery area in the back? They should have a larger door. We might be able to get in there.
If you say that, Troy, you looking across onto the eastern end of the building, you can see through a sort of a thin patch of woodland between the car park and the back of the clinical wing. You can see there is what appears to be a little service road.
Well, one of you jump in the truck. Let's go around the corner there. Preferably the person with the trigger.
All right, Tarrant, I'll leave the prisoner with you. Here, I'll hamstring her real quick.
She's not going anywhere. She's clearly she's defiant, but she's, you've broken her nose. She's having difficulty breathing because of the blood constantly in her throat.
All right, good. If she tries to get away, just kill her.
Yeah.
And I'll go out and jump in the truck.
Okay.
And say, God damn it, I thought we worked all this out earlier.
Plans never survive contact with the enemy.
Right.
Okay.
Let's get this over with.
Okay. So there is in one corner of the car park, there's a little sort of area where you can sort of drive, you can wend your way through the trees and come across this little service road, which presumably comes in from another part of the highway further up. Yes, you come up to an elevated loading bay with a very heavy steel shuttered large loading bay door.
Shall we?
Well, the difficulty is that the loading bay is elevated because you would normally expect a truck to back up to it, so it would be the same height as the bed of the truck.
Right.
Well,
And this is not a truck. This is a van.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, how about what is the building like a corrugated metal type building?
No, it's concrete. It's a mixture of concrete and glass.
Well,
Tell you what, I'm gonna, not having the picture in my head that you have a picture in your head, I'm gonna make an intelligence roll. And I got a 40, and my intelligence is, survey says, is a 60. A 12 or a 60. So
Right.
based on that, is there anything that would be reasonable to do what we want to do with what you know of the building that I don't? Can I back it through the back wall? Is there somewhere that's mostly glass?
The structurally weakest point where you can just drive this thing into the building is the reception area.
Jesus Christ.
But
Okay.
surely that I mean, we've assessed the logistics of it. In theory, we know that we have enough explosives to blow out the building, right? I mean, that's what we
That's kind of what I thought we were planning. It's what, yeah, that's what we were buying all the supplies for. Yeah.
basically
And
we
for some reason, I thought we had a bigger truck, not just a van. But
yeah. So that means that in theory, unless there's some kind of weird secret bunker or something,
Right. The whole thing was that we sent one of the guys to steal a gas truck.
yeah. So what I'm saying is we don't really need to worry about. I mean, once we get it into the building, or even to the like McVeigh did, like just beside it.
Fair enough. I was under the impression we were being led that we needed to put it further in. So we're going to do that. We're going to go back around and we're going to enter in.
smash through the reception area, drive up to the clinic doors.
Yep.
Back it up there, open the valves.
Okay.
Leave Beatrice right there up against it. Take a walk.
Right. Okay. So I need a description here. Exactly who is doing what, in what order. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
Once,
John, you're going.
yeah, once they're out of the way, Troy
Yeah.
will
Tell them
drive.
to come outside.
Yeah. Once they're clear, he's going to drive.
I'll get out of the truck. Don't worry. I'm not going to push any buttons until you come outside.
Okay. You drive the truck in, smashing your way through. Everybody else, other than April, who I presume you've just left dumped
Right.
in the corner of the reception room, right?
Yep.
Okay.
She's cable tied to a pipe or heater or something.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
These
So
fucking
she-
hippies, they probably have a bike rack in the fucking reception area.
So when Troy gets out of the vehicle, he's going to see the lady, the doctor, hogtied and bloody.
Mhm. Yep, I would imagine.
The temptation. Okay, he's gonna leave.
What?
I didn't say anything.
Creepy. Creepy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you estimate that a safe distance will be the far end of the parking lot by the entrance road.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully your car is parked far away.
Yeah, it's parked on the far side.
Good.
Sorry,
Good if we blow up our only other vehicle.
while we're all backing up and shit, I'd like to scan the woodland. I have my pistol out, and I'm scanning the woodland to see if there's anyone hiding.
Just looking for any movement or anything, glint
Yeah.
of light off of somebody's scope or something.
No, it's just a old New England wood, old deciduous trees mixed in with the occasional conifer, sort of large basalt and granite blocks, rocks sticking out occasionally from the bedrock.
Mm,
You can't hear any birds now because you guys have been driving trucks and smashing them through buildings and things, so it's quiet. You can just make out the sound of the highway from where you are, but that's it.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a sort of the sort of driving the van into the reception has sort of smashed and all the aluminium and glass in the front part of the reception room, and the truck is kind of will fit in reasonably easily, sort of parked. If you reversed it in, obviously the rear is facing the reception desk.
Yeah.
Yep. And then once he comes walking out of the building, I'll let him get a relatively safe distance from the door, so he'll only feel the lightest breeze, rush of air as it explodes.
Okay, so you go ahead, press the button,
Beep.
click, nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Are
Okay.
you fucking kidding me? Do it again.
This is like Joker, isn't it? You know, he's like.
Try again.
Click, nothing.
What the fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna like run back in.
Yep.
Okay, I'll let him.
Yeah.
I won't follow.
Is there anything like that I can see in here?
What are you? Where are you looking? What are you looking for?
I'm basically going to at the door where. Well, sorry, no. I'm kind of moving forward. I want to have a look at if there's anyone moving about.
You know, they don't want you to use cell phones at pumping stations and stuff, right? Because
I was
supposedly
going to say the same thing.
because supposedly they can set off a spark and
I have a
ignite.
jammer.
Right. So while he's inside the building, I'm going to try to call Terrence's phone.
Okay, nothing.
It doesn't get through to him at all.
Nope.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay, is there any way we can kind of like start leaking the gas?
Yeah, I mean they're sort of I mean they're
We
sort of-
already did. He opened the valve.
Yeah,
Oh.
so, which means actually, good point. Which means that the reception area is filling up with propane or whatever it is.
One of the main reasons I didn't rush into the
Could we fire like a shot in there to set it off, or?
I'm gonna back out.
Yeah, good idea. Let's just set up a fucking quick little Molotov. Doesn't have to be a proper Molotov, just a fucking oily rag. Don't have to have much fuel inside the bottle itself. Just oily rag, even in a goddamn
Pine cone.
coffee tumbler.
something.
Yeah, and just throw it in there.
Places you very close to the scene of the explosion.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll take the risk
Okay.
because I'm.
I will be prepared to give you first aid.
Am I pretty? I don't have much for dodge or anything. Well, yeah, whatever. Fuck it. I'll do it. I want to blow this goddamn thing up. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated with this whole situation of this fucking building and that fucking bitch in reception.
All right.
So, yeah,
So
I
go
will
ahead.
take the chance.
All right. So you toss it in, and
Yep.
it's not like you've got to hit a specific target or anything, is it? You're just
No, I just gotta-
open fire,
It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, as they say, right?
and it goes off, and with an enormous boom. Make me a dodge roll, please, Agent.
Right. Okay. Because I was expecting it, is there any kind of bonus or anything? No.
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey, 25 under my base 30.
All right. So you basically
Half
you-
damage.
No, what it is you see the windows along the length of the building. You see them kind of buckle before the explosion actually reaches the outside of the reception, and you throw yourself on the ground, and just as the windows all on both sides of the admin and the clinical wing blow out almost to the entire length of the building, covering the first 20 meters or so of the car park in shattered heavy duty glass. Don't take any damage, but you're sort of littered with these sort of bits of window and glass and all the rest of it. Seconds later, the fireball comes spurting out of the gaps where the windows were, and you can hear sort of loud cracking and sort of the sound of architecture under strain, shall we say, as this fireball sort of erupts out all along the windows on both sides. A great orange glow and a boom, and then it settles down after a second or two to burning. After about 10 or 15 seconds, there's a sudden series of loud explosions from somewhere inside the clinical wing.
Excellent.
Something flammable or is obviously detonating. And the building is soon briskly on fire.
Well,
Let's go find Picnic and Mester.
obviously gonna monitor while I'm there just to make sure nobody got out like before they had a chance to, or something. But other than that,
unless there's another entrance, you'd be very surprised if any human being who was in the building is still alive.
Just keep in mind, this is going to draw attention really quick.
this is what. So if we don't, we should probably.
We should be leaving.
We should probably, cheese it.
Yeah, I am whistling the tune to Bye Bye Betty Blue. And I walk up to the car.
Yeah. Okay. Shaking the broken glass from your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you get in and drive away, leaving the building to burn.
Yes.
Well, that's one loose end closed up.
Yep.
Put
it in the
Well, two, really.
We also will probably want to speak with Dr. Thomas Picnic and Mr. Mester, who is the CEO or the CFO.
You got the list, man. I'm all down.
Bradley Mester, Thomas Picnic. Those are the next two.
Just kill every single one of these motherfuckers.
I would suggest Picnic first. He was the second hand to Dr. B in there.
You're the brains.
Let's go. Let's go to his residence.
All right. Well, mindful as I am that Ian has got another game. And,
I do in just over an hour.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll rather than carrying on, we'll call it there.
Okay. So there'll be a part 4 as we go on a murdering spree across the Boston metropolitan area.
Perhaps we'll discuss that in a moment.
Okay. You want me to end the broadcast here then? Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll do part 4 in 2 weeks' time.